Sent Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy! Send it! Incoming! Put the money in the bag, man!
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin Bro. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. You know what today is, D'Anthony?
Thursday.
No, what the name of the day is. It's not just Thursday. It's got to be something. Every day is something.
No.
National Donut Day, Dog Day, all that other stuff. Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance.
What are we remembering exactly? That they're fucking retarded?
That's what I don't really know, and I can't figure out. One of my favorite stats, though, is in 2020, more people were killed in hippo attacks than trans people were murdered globally. So let's just maybe take a step back and realize that that's like 0.0001 of the population of the entire world here.
Is there a national hippo attack awareness? Or is that not a thing?
I wish, dude. I wish. I've lost so many friends and family members to hippo attacks. I just care not to talk about it, to be honest with you. One thing I will talk about, the new book is out. The Final Inch, the last St. James Street James novel is out. It is all done. It is an ending for sure, so there is no coming back there. Wanted to thank everybody who's bought a hardback, a paperback, Kindle, all that stuff from Amazon. Recording the audiobook as we speak. That'll be out usually in February, but you got to get the final page counts because now Amazon owns everything across the board. They own Audible, they own Kindle now, they own all the ebooks, everything. I mean, they literally own 96% of all. 97 now percent of all book sales. It's crazy. And then Bob, pull up the chart here. I didn't think this would happen. And we did it. We got to number one. Beat Judd Apatow. Thank you very much, for real, dude. Shit. He's when I was number two on Tuesday night, I was telling my wife, I was like, God damn, if I lose to Judd Apatow again. That motherfucker, dude. And it's just a coffee table book, you know, with pictures and fun stuff in it. And I actually wrote a real goddamn comedy, so thanks. I greatly appreciate it. If you do buy it as a stocking stuffer or for your loved one for Christmas or whatever, that hardback is so fucking crazy that's... we won't say who the artist is that we always work with because he's great. And we just don't want him to get stolen, but... we were able to figure out a way to get the hardback to exactly like one of the ones from the 1960s. And it's fucking rad. It costs more money, and I'll make less. I don't really give a shit about that since this is the last one. Wanted to go out as strong as possible, and it's fucking rad. So the people who sent it in who've already gotten it are like, how did you do this? I think it took like 9 iterations where I physically had to call the company and get it shipped back and forth to figure it out. And once we were able to master it, it was fucking awesome. But yeah, even if you don't read the goddamn thing, it just looks cool on a coffee table, for fuck's sakes. And thank you very, very much. It truly means the world. And the audiobook we're going fucking hard for as well, where it's like, Jesus Christ, man. It never stopped for 10 years at all. So thank you to everybody. Now we can talk about the Muslim Brotherhood.
Well, before we do that, people,
that's not the top of your list.
People are asking about the turban.
We're in the process of buying it now. Problem is, and we'll tell the audience this now, you were flying out tomorrow to get stem cell treatments.
Yeah, with BioAccelerator.
Yes. Is that your brain you're doing?
My butt, mostly.
Really?
The whole.
Yeah. It was just damaged over the years and they can fix it?
Yeah.
No, what did they do for that?
For your butthole?
No, your brain.
Oh, they put an injection of stem cells into the middle of your spine, and it travels up through your cerebral spinal fluid into your brain.
Holy shit. Is it painful?
Nah. If you're a pussy.
I mean...
You ever watch Jesse get an epidural?
Yes. And that has been the worst experience I've ever seen. That's the worst pain I've ever seen somebody go through.
It's not that bad if they do it right. I mean, the problem is you can't really see in there that well. So a lot of it is based on feel, between the vertebrae. You're trying to get in there without... So the first, I've had multiple spinal taps to relieve pressure in my brain before after some explosions.
I heard those are brutal, dude.
No, it wasn't bad. No, it's just like, here's the issue with releasing cerebral spinal fluid. Your body goes into overdrive to create more of it. And if you puncture it and it starts leaking out, then that can be a problem. That's what Steve Kerr had a problem with all the headaches and shit. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I had a spinal tap. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
The first time he went in, he hit my bone with the fucking needle, and that sucked. I was like, God damn it. But other than that, when he went back in the second time and did it right, I didn't feel shit.
Yeah, but for the audience, so you'll be out for Thanksgiving. We only do 3 shows anyways because we're off for Thursday and Friday. However, doing a live watch-along for Ohio State, Michigan for Rivalry Weekend. That'll be for my bookie, and that'll be up. Me and Byron will come in. I'm going to try to drag in Derek. He's usually an early guy. We'll see, but that Texas game's the night before. But good luck, first of all. Second of all, let me know how it goes because my doctor recommended it for me for my chest when I went through all that shit with the pneumonia over the years. Like, it's just a bunch of damage and scar tissue and all that other bullshit. So let me know how that works out. What's the whole procedure like? How long are you in the hospital for?
I'm not it's in and out. Like, it's just every day for a week.
Oh, and you got to go back into the hospital?
Yeah, so I get different things done. I'm getting IVs. They give you an IV and then put you in a hyperbaric chamber, so it's like a very high percentage of oxygen.
Okay.
And that's supposed to like get cellular regeneration going and whatnot. And then there's we're going to be doing some media stuff as well. I'm going to be doing some shows with them and whatnot.
Well, everybody says it's life-changing.
Yeah.
Like literally everyone, especially for veterans.
Yeah. And then my shoulder that I've had issue with. And lower back.
Okay.
So all that. I'm getting stem cells injected into. Although my lower back's been fine for a while, but why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fascinated when you come back to
Well, we're gonna document the whole process for the show.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
great.
They're gonna produce media that will play on the show and shit like that, and then we'll have a couple of the people from the company come on. I mean, Eric we've had on before. Well, I've had on Citizen, but. He's the CEO, but we'll have some of the other guys on. And then we'll have some dudes on that have used their program before, like AJ Buckley, for example.
Yes.
Or Chuck Liddell. He's used it. We'll talk to him about it. There's a number of people that you'll recognize will come on the show and talk about it as well.
That'll be awesome because my doctor, I mean, for a good hour, and this was more of a bro thing. He was just like, look, man, can we chat about your records and everything else? And he goes, just going through what you've gone through over the years I've been in and out of the hospital 5 or 6 times now for pneumonia. And he goes, the damage that does to your body, he goes, I would highly recommend stem cells. And everybody who's done a stem cell treatment has raved about it. It was like, dude, it changed my fucking life. Yeah. Why isn't it more prevalent here in the United States? Because you've got to go elsewhere.
Yeah. There's a type, so there's a different quality of stem cell outside of the U.S. that's available. They have multiple, there's different types of stem cell, like exomes and shit like that. You can't get them here.
Are you getting a dead Somalian kid or a dead blood diamond kid?
No, they come from a natal hospital, so it'll be Colombian
Okay.
babies.
Shit.
Well, it'll be Colombian umbilical cords.
So you're going to be fluent in Spanish when you get back or no?
No, I will not.
right.
I'd love to be, but
Yeah.
just so I can hear when they're talking shit.
Obviously.
That's all I really care about. That's why I learned Mandarin.
Yeah.
So
You got to
tell
know.
when I'm getting pedicures to tell if those fat bitches are talking shit to me. Like,
You got to know, dude, if those kneesers are saying anything. Oh, and you got to know if they're saying behind your back, "Booyah!" Oh. But it's so loud. I mean, obviously you know what they're saying. Nobody knows what that word means, so we don't speak Mandarin. Top story here. The Muslim Brotherhood. All right, let's get into it because with this, I don't really know what it is, so I'm going to lean on you for this. But a prominent global research center has released a comprehensive report on what it says is a multi-generational campaign by the Muslim Brotherhood to transform Western society from within and covertly infiltrates the United States.
Yeah, so before we get into what exactly they've been up to, let's discuss
what it is,
who they are. The Muslim Brotherhood, which is literally translated as Society of Muslim Brothers, was founded in March of 1928 in Ismailia, Egypt, by Hassan al-Banna, a 22-year-old school teacher and admirer of Rashid Rida's Salafi reformism. You think, I've mentioned a couple times on the show, Wahhabism that came about in the 1750s, and it's like radical Islam as we know it today. Basically, the idea is it's an honor to die for Muhammad and Allah, and it is an honor, and that you should, to the death, reject non-Muslim rule. It's what led to the concept of this is what led to the Ottoman Empire expanding into Spain and led to the Reconquista and all that stuff. Anyways, so the key founding context is that Egypt was currently under British occupation, which again would be completely unacceptable to the Wahhabists. Secular nationalist and liberal constitutionalist movements dominated politics. It was a lot like Turkey was 20 years ago, which is interesting because if they had just gone through the process like everybody else did post World War I, they would have established their own governments without British rule. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And those governments would have been secular in Egypt, which would have been a fucking great thing, to be honest. But that didn't go that way, unfortunately. Traditional Islamic institutions appeared weak against Western cultural penetration. And al-Banna believed Muslims had fallen into Jahiliyyah, which is like a pre-Islamic ignorance, and needed comprehensive Islamic revival, which is what Rita talked about with his Salafi reformism. Okay. The original motto of the Muslim Brotherhood is, Allah is our objective, the Quran is our constitution, the Prophet is our leader, jihad is our way, death for the sake of the law is the highest aspiration.
So that's the biggest danger to me with this shit, is when you believe in something so intense that you're willing to do whatever and die because you believe that you're going to a better place anyways, and that's what you were meant to do on this earth, there's a fucking problem, man, because those motherfuckers don't stop and don't care.
Yeah, so between 1928 and 1952, they grew from they grew from just the one guy in his church, I guess, or his mosque, to 500,000 people in the late 40s, and then by 52, 2 million additional. They created a secret paramilitary ring. I can't pronounce the word, but it means the special apparatus, which sounds like something we would do on an Adam and Eve ad read, to be frank.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later. They assassinated judges and politicians, including Prime Minister Mahmoud al-Nuki in 1948. They fought in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, and on March, I think, or May 16th, 1948, the day after Israel declared independence. They've been banned multiple times, unbanned. They are currently banned by Egypt, and
Great.
so on and so forth. Nasser, who was in charge of Egypt for a long time, suppressed them for a very long time. During the they kind of got reintegrated during Mubarak, and then once the Arab Spring happened, the military decided, once everything kind of calmed down with Morsi, that they were going to kick them out again, because just like the Gazans, all they do is foment insurrection everywhere they go, right? I mean, it's part of their political charter, essentially. There's still branches in Tunisia. These are open. Morocco, Jordan, Syria, Gaza, obviously Hamas is part of the Muslim Brotherhood. Continuing with varying autonomy. And they have now been designated terrorist organizations by Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the Arab Emirates, or UAE, Bahrain, Russia, and the United States as of today. As of this week. And though Hamas was already technically designated as a terrorist organization, now the full breadth of the Muslim Brotherhood is. So this is what they've been up to lately. A 200-page report draws from internal Brotherhood documents, such as the 1982 project and the 1991 explanatory memorandum, and makes the case that Western freedoms have been systemically leveraged to advance Islamist ideological goals as the group continues its now 5-decade plan to embed itself inside the United States specifically. This may sound familiar to you in the same way that from the Frankfurt School, the long march through the institutions. This idea that, well, we don't have the physical force or capability to take over your country, but we can use your fucking liberal cuckism
Against you.
To work our way into your country
Yep.
through your toxic empathy and then take it down from the inside. This is literally their charter. It's literally their game plan.
Yes.
This
And it's not just here. It's in,
No, it's in
every
UK as
Europe,
well. Everywhere, yeah.
everywhere you could possibly think of. Because the end game is that we're all Muslim.
Yeah. So they've gained, Muslim are dead.
Yes.
Or slaves. Excuse me. The Brotherhood has gained access to government agencies. It's been involved in advising multiple American civil rights campaigns and our overarching civil rights policy. It's infiltrated educational institutions like Qatar, for example, spending so much money in our universities, and created a vast social media footprint as well. According to the report, the Muslim Brotherhood allegedly targeted U.S. government agencies for infiltration, including the State Department, the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, through career appointments and advisory roles. The report dives deep into alleged terror ties within the group, along with various funding sources from places like Qatar, while making the case that both al-Qaeda and the Brotherhood, quote, share the strategic aim, end quote, of establishing an Islamic State government by Sharia, and differing only in tactics, where the Brotherhood's, quote, gradualism allows it to maintain ideological continuity with militant jihad while avoiding direct confrontation. That is to say, the boiling frog theory, right? We are now 50 years into the Brotherhood's 100-year plan to entrench themselves in key institutions in the United States and other Western societies to undermine and destroy our democracy, which is not a thing. This is according to Dr. Charles Asher Small. As I've said many, many times, we are and have been at war with Islam since the beginning of this country, and for the entirety of the 1,400 years that Islam has existed. The West has been at war with it. I mentioned the Spanish Reconquista. There is also the sack of Constantinople. Turkey is a Western country. It is not a Middle Eastern country. That is a white man's country. When I say white man, I mean smelly, hairy Greek people. Basically, right?
Yeah.
What would you call those people, Bob? Alexander the Great? Phoenician people?
I mean, Alexander the Great was Macedonian. But Turkey was Anatolia, as it was called.
Yeah, Anatolia,
prior to that
yeah.
was Greek for
Yeah.
the most part. It was under Persian rule for a long time, back and forth. Like it switched hands a lot. It was pretty multi-ethnic, but it was Greek more or less.
It was the center point of the entire world, basically, right? But it was controlled by the West for a very long time, and then sacked Constantinople. I think it's the most sacked and the most renamed city in the history of the world, something like that. But yeah, this has been the plan with Islam all along. And it's funny that people talk about colonialism and they talk about the U.S. and Manifest Destiny, as we call it here. They talk about British colonialism. They talk about the Crusades that were launched from multiple European countries. Every single crusade was launched as a retaliation against Muslims trying to fucking murder and enslave white Europeans. Every single time.
Yep.
Literally every single fucking time. And I mentioned it earlier in the week, but the first time this military in the United States ever deployed military forces to a foreign theater was to send our Navy to the Barbary Coast to stop those Muslim pirates in the Ottoman Empire from capturing, enslaving, or murdering our people. This has been going on since the beginning of America, plus 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And you are at war with these people, whether you want to be or not. I'm there, and we talked about it with Sam Shoemate the other day. Plenty of, cool Muslims. I have a bunch of friends that are Muslims.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have friends that are comedians that are Muslims that mostly talk shit about Muslims, to be honest.
Right.
They're normal people who happen to be Muslim. They're not jihadists, right? So there's got to be a clear delineation between these two, and it's a difficult task. Do you have an allegiance to any foreign prince, pauper, or prince or potentate? Is right there in the immigration form. The answer is yes. You got to go. You got to get the fuck out, man.
They're not going to answer honestly, is the problem.
Well, that means they've lied on their immigration form.
Yeah, and they should
which
be gone.
now you can be denaturalized and deported.
So here's where I'm going with this. The Muslim Brotherhood, to my knowledge, I think it was, 72 hours ago, just got added to the terrorist organization watch list or whatever it was. Can Trump go in there and remove these people from the fucking country now? Because there's a lot of them here. There's a shit ton here. Can he come? Can he go? Can he do that?
I mean, legally, yes. We can certainly remove people that don't belong here.
Okay.
Once they've been naturalized, it becomes quite a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Like if they go through the naturalization process, it becomes very much more difficult to do that. Now, there is a Supreme Court decision came down today, actually, I think, involving the let's see, hold on a sec. The Aliens and Enemies Act. I think Boasberg put a fucking hold on it, and the Supreme Court wrote it today based on Trump versus JGG, decided back in April. You can absolutely now use the Aliens and Enemies Act for expedited deportations of anybody that's been designated part of a terrorist organization or from a problematic country, which gives the president wide berth on who he can and can't deport now, right? So now we could say anybody that's here on a green card from Venezuela, we can immediately deport them today.
Okay.
To any country in the world that we want to.
Which is great.
Because Venezuela has told us that they won't take their citizens back. So we can send them to ECOT or whatever the fuck.
Guyana. Where did the Maryland dad go? Did he go to Guyana?
I don't remember. I don't know. We should send him to the Congo, though. But yeah.
I think it was close.
El Salvador's CCOT is holding a lot of the more...
criminals?
The violent people, yeah. So that's happening. Boasberg resumed criminal contempt proceedings against Trump for deporting the 200 Venezuelan TDA suspects to CCOT, but that's been SCOTUS told him to fuck off. So now, again, with the executive controls foreign policy, period. He can't declare war, but he can declare a special state. He can, along with the State Department, under AEA Section 1, 50 U.S.C. 21, issue a proclamation identifying a foreign nation or group as, quote, hostile due to, quote, invasion or predatory incursion. That is any country that's just sending their people up here. Guatemala, anybody.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
You can fucking get the fuck out. Every one of them. All the president has to do now is reestablish or reinvoke, I guess, Executive Order 10903, which was issued back in March of this year because now it's legal and adjudicated by the courts, which per 50 U.S.C. Section 21 allows him to designate Mexico as a fucking a hostile country due to invasion or predatory incursion, and every single non-citizen Mexican can be kicked out of this country with prejudice. And if Mexico says we won't take him back, we can send him to the fucking Congo. Now, if he doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. The ball is firmly in Trump's court at this point to use whatever resources possible to get every single motherfucker out of this country, whether it be Latin Americans or Muslims.
Yep.
All he has to do is declare the organization that they're friends with, and he has the fucking complete right to do this along with the State Department as an advisor. Declare the country or the organization hostile, and then immediately start deporting anybody from that place that isn't here even if they're here legally, it doesn't matter.
Well, let's start with the easiest one here from the Muslim side of this, and that's Ilhan Omar. You got the immigration forms; they were forged.
Well,
She
that's
married her
not
fucking brother
that's
and
not the
everything else.
easiest one per se. The easiest ones are anybody that's here that isn't a citizen yet.
Well, but that's the most famous case that there is out there.
As far as people who are naturalized citizens here, yes, she's a very easy one. It's very obvious that she lied.
If you're not going to do that and get her the fuck out of here, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I think this goes back to what you've always said, where take the Mamdani thing. Like, they're preying on these white liberal women because not only are they here and they're trying to do all the bullshit that you just outlined and said and everything else, but they're getting elected. They're taking over governments, city councils. There is judges. There is mayors. We played that clip from the NYPD putting on the hijab. It was a hijab day. And the woman from the NYPD, it was on Drinkin Bro's podcast Instagram, was teaching people how to wear the fucking hijab to go out and fight crime. Did you see that fucking video? Mm-hmm. And this is the biggest issue is there is so much white guilt on that side that, oh man, we can't look Islamophobic or we can't look like this. And it's like, if you don't, they're going to take over the fucking country and you'll be wrapped up in that scarf. Like, that's what I don't understand. Women have no rights. Gays have no rights. That is a big, big fucking side of the leftist party here. And I don't know how you don't see what's coming. I guess if you don't read what's going on in Europe, you don't hear about it, you don't turn on the fucking news or watch Twitter or anything else and see the violence that's going on, that fucking underwear ad we played for women is a real goddamn thing that they're selling over there so they don't get fucking raped. How do you not look at this shit and see what's going to happen in 20 years if you allow this to continue? Even this Texas bullshit that you and I were talking about this week with the Epic City. The I in Epic stands for Islam, and they're trying to have their own fucking court system, which they do. Their own communities, their own schools, their own neighborhoods, just an hour north of Dallas, so they can come and take over. This is happening all over the United States. It's happening in Dearborn, Michigan. That guy got in front of city council. Did you see that video 2 days ago? It's happening in fucking Minnesota, all over the goddamn place. Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, it's happening in, and everybody kind of, we got to look the other way here because they just don't know any better. No, they do know better. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing, and they're here on purpose to do this, exactly what you just outlined.
Yeah, there's this chain of like loose and direct associations, and a lot of it involves like moral blackmailing and shit like that you got to track. So start, at least in the modern time, start with the globalist, right? The globalist goal is to shrink the security footprint down to one. Like, we want to have one agency that can control security for the globe, right? Because now we have, I mean, the reason to have security, think about the Roman Empire. They would conquer a new place, set up trade in that place for whatever that place is known for. Like Egypt, they took Egypt's grain, basically, right?
Right.
Because all of Egyptian civilization was built along the Nile because that's where the fucking food grows, right? So that was Egypt. Rome got most of its grain there. And they sent Roman armies there to control it, and then they adopted local armies who wore Roman gear, and at some point they just took off the gear, right? So, and this is how the Roman Empire kind of dissolved over time. But this new era of globalists, there's global trade, and it's a flat communication cycle because of technology, right? So I need to be able to flip a switch So back in 40 BC, 44 BC, when fucking Julius Caesar was consul, I could pay a guy, say like, hey, whatever, fucking Mark Antony was one of his generals. This dude over here, this governor is talking shit, and his people are getting all rabble-rousing. Send some troops over there and fuck his ass up right now. Can't do that anymore. Not in a real way, but you could if there was one global government with one security apparatus in charge of it. That is the point. So the globalists lean on neo-Marxists and especially on neo-Marxist Islamists for the last 50 years, right?
Right.
And to them, the way that they see it is that the neo-Marxist Islamist is a useful idiot. They use this like insane idea of a global caliphate and people's willingness to die for it, including the poverty with which they've been brought up and the hopelessness and nihilism that comes along with that. And they weaponize it against the entire world and send these people everywhere.
Yep.
First, it started with keeping them where they were, but causing problems for global commerce, like through the like there's modern versions too. What the Houthi are doing in Yemen, disrupting trade, Iran with the oil stuff back in the day, and all that stuff. That's where they started, and then once that created enough problems to convince a bunch of dipshit neocons to spend trillions of dollars and grow the fucking American, because America's the last stand for humanity, right? To grow the American security state to what it is today, where the intelligence agencies are in charge of everything. That is one step in that globalization process. And the next step was to send the Muslims out everywhere and weaponize cuckery amongst the liberals to be like, oh man, they just got a rough life and you can't judge people based on their culture. I'm like, well, what the fuck's the point of having a culture if you can't judge other people based on theirs? Motherfucker, what are you talking about? And then the neo-Marxist Islamists loop back around and use the leftists, as they have multiple times. Algeria, the Arab Spring that we mentioned before, the biggest case obviously is the 79 Iranian Revolution. And the leftists get into the liberals' heads, which is what's happened the last 15 years in the Democratic Party in the United States, and like toxic empathy. It's moral blackmail. Do you want a trans kid or a dead kid? That kind of stuff, right?
Well, it started with Obama.
Do you want to fucking globalize the effort to save the world from pollution, or do you want to fucking die? That's it, right? It didn't, then the liberals get in the ears of normal Americans, right? And along the way, each one of those people are useful idiots to some degree for the overarching group, which is the globalists. The globalists, which is something I say to people a lot. People who identify as neo-Marxist or identify as Marxist or identify as socialist or communist or leftist or whatever, they are by definition useful idiots because they have to surrender their agency at the end of this story to the state to manage it. You are the useful idiot. Now, what the globalists probably don't see, I don't know why they're not worried about it. Maybe they are and they have a plan, who knows, but they should be worried about what happens every single time the Islamists finally get a foothold, which is they kill all the leftists.
Yeah,
every single
they kill
time.
everybody. Or just like you said at the top of the show, what, you're a slave, or you convert,
or you die.
Or you die, and that's it. There's three options.
Yeah, so that's like, I don't know what the big plan is there, if like at the end of that, or if the plan is to let the Islamists go so far that a global security state is the only way to survive, or that's what they'll sell, certainly. But that is a very quick explanation of what's been happening for the last 100 years in the world. That's basically what's been happening. The globalists, during and after World War II, were like, all right, we're going to carve up the world between England, America, and Russia. And you get this piece, you get this piece, you get this piece. You may remember a certain meeting with Joseph Stalin, Winston Churchill, and FDR.
Yeah.
Sitting there like a couple of fucking jabronis.
Some say it's one of the most famous photos of all time.
It probably is, aside from the one of blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite Jesus too. Yeah, dude.
But
prayers up.
This is what's been going on for the last let's say 80 years. But the planning stage started after World War I. So let's call it a cool 100. Where the globalist people who wanted to shrink the world down into a manageable element saw jihadism for what it was. You know what I mean? They knew history. They knew about Wahhabism in 1750s. They knew about not Reformation, but the revival of Sufism and Wahhabism in the middle part of the 19th century, in the 1850s by Radi. And they knew about the Ottoman Empire expansion in the early part of the 20th century and how, all of this could be weaponized to send these new barbarians, not the northern fucking Goths and Visigoths, but the new barbarians of the world, out into the West and dominate the West, who believes in liberalism, like free speech and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now in front of your fucking eyes. Just learn history, and all of this stuff will become very obvious to you.
And keep an eye out in your neighborhoods here, because I know you said there's some good ones also. My one crazy experience was I got invited by some listeners. We live in a small town, I'm not going to say where, and all that other shit, to a block party. They had every year they have this barbecue block party, and you go from driveway to driveway, and there's food and drinks and whatever your household makes is your favorite dish. My wife and I got invited over there with the kids, and this white woman and her husband were like, oh yeah, and that's the Muslim family, over there, but they're cool. They're like the good Muslims, instead of like real quiet and everything else because they listen to the show and all that other stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, so I go down, I'm getting fried chicken, I'm getting pulled pork, I'm getting ribs, all the barbecue things, and then I go to their house. I'm in their driveway, and they've got what's the fucking hummus and all the other shit, and everything else.
Delicious.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way,
that. And by the way, what I like is to take that brisket and put it on the hummus.
Right.
Because I'm an American.
Totally. And they had told me, they were like, you don't understand how good the food is. I was like, awesome, man. So I went to their station and I got it. Wife was wrapped up. So was the daughter. Middle of the day, hot as fuck. And I was like, okay. And then there was an older son who was maybe 23, 24, and the older son of that family. And he pulls me aside and he's like, he goes, hey, what's up, bro? I was like, oh, nothing, man. What's up? And I was like, man, this is really fucking delicious. Thanks for having us, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, is that pork? You eating pork? I was like, yeah, well, it's pulled pork. I was like, yeah, we're at a barbecue here. I was like, yeah, it's pretty stock standard, And he goes, shouldn't eat that shit, man. And then it immediately turned. And it was very subtle, and then it was judgmental. And then I asked him, have you had it? Is there something that you don't like about it? Or have you physically tried it? And he goes, fuck no, man. I would never try. And then he launches into the bullshit of, I guess, what's in the Quran, and forgive me because I don't fucking know anything about that goddamn religion other than the basics, which aren't great. He tells me that they're not allowed to eat, filthy animals or whatever the fuck it is. And he starts calling me. He goes, that makes you a fucking, a disgusting person. And I go, well, I am. So I go, yeah, I eat shit like this all the time. But again, a very subtle thing. Was one house in this one neighborhood that it was just like, and then he asked me at the end, and he goes, can I give you a copy of it? Would you read it if I gave you a copy of it? And I was like, and I go, no, I'm pretty busy right now. I don't really read that much.
When was this?
This was 4 or 5 years ago. I want to say 2019.
So not in this current day. This was in Wilmington.
Well, I don't want to, yeah. It was in Wilmington. And
can you imagine if that happened to me?
I swear to God, ask Jessie next time you see her. You would have lost your fucking mind. And maybe, because again, they were listeners, maybe that's why they only invited us. But I had the same fucking reaction. And just hearing this conversation, and I was pulled to the side about it. And I was like, all right, this is one house in this one neighborhood. And all the neighbors were like, oh, no, but those are the good ones. And it's like, have you really had a fucking full-on conversation with them? Because when you believe in something that much, and I don't care what religion it is, that's when it gets really fucking dangerous. If you're willing to die for whatever that thing is, other than your freedom, like our veterans who serve, obviously, that's the real fucking danger, man, if you're willing to die for it. Because there's not a lot of things in this world that people are really willing to die for. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean... This is the problem with the idea of being willing to die for something. It's when it crosses the threshold of being, I guess, aspiring to die for something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Patton who said, it's not my job to die for my country. It's my job to make the other poor bastard die for his.
Yeah, it's Patton.
But there's... a willingness to die, to surrender your life. I mean, the Bible says it pretty clearly, right? That's the greatest gift you can give to someone is to die for the friend. But it's the aspirational part of it, to die for something. There's nothing wrong with obviously caring so much about something that you feel so strongly about that it's worth protecting, even including your life, right? Obviously that's not a bad thing. It's just, when you get into this fanaticism, there's this saying, you'll die for something, but you'll die for somebody else, but you're not willing to live for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a key part of this argument, I think, and it's why I always bring up the idea of nihilism and how infectious it is, because it turns that natural inclination, especially for men, to go serve something greater than themselves, even if it costs them everything, into something where my life doesn't have value unless I kill myself, basically, right? Mm-hmm. And you see it play out in jihadists, you see it play out with school shooters, people that are just suicidal, gang members, all this stuff. It's all a symptom of that same disease. And it needs to be eradicated, that idea. And it needs to be hit head on as soon as it comes up somewhere. And we don't do a good job of that. The last generation and a half or 2 generations or so, we have coddled these people, right?
Yeah.
So when I came back from war and my head's all fucked up, they're like, oh, it's okay, man. It's okay. I'm like, no. The answer was, no, it's not okay. Get your fucking shit together. There's people that still need help. What are you doing sitting here whining about yourself? That's the real answer, right? But nobody had the balls to say that at the time. Nobody had the balls in the generation after ours, right? So the young millennials and the Gen Z people, the parents were either helicoptering and teaching their kids that they're the most important thing in the world, which you are not. Your kids are not the most important thing in the world, I promise you. They may be to you right now, but that just because they're the most important thing in the world to you right now doesn't mean you should treat them that way, because when you do, it teaches them that when they get out into the real world, they're the most important thing in the world. And it's never
it is,
true.
but I will say this, 99.9%, except for that other religion, would die for their children or wife or family or friends.
Well, that's the difference, though. So,
it's not a religion.
No, it's not a religion. It's like, I care enough about this to sacrifice my life for it. That's a good inclination. But when you're teaching a young person how to live in the world, you don't teach them that they are the most important thing, and you also don't teach them that their fucking life has no value unless they do this.
Oh, totally,
right?
totally.
So, I think it's you can see the reverse side of the nihilism, the way that the families deal with it, like Palestinian people praising their children for dying for the cause.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh,
if you go to a funeral in Gaza for somebody that just blew themselves up on a bus full of civilians, they're fucking proud. And if you go to a fucking a funeral of a man who ran into gunfire to save his friends here in America, everybody's crying, because that's how a normal fucking person reacts, to be honest. Even though it was heroic and the sacrifice we think was probably worth it, it's still sad.
Yeah.
Because that was a life that was lost. We don't celebrate death. It's a fucking cult. It's a death cult over there. So, yeah, we can't fucking do business with these people.
No, and even the good ones. The odd thing to me, and I'll end this story with this, was this dude was fat as shit. He was wearing a tank top, like baggy, old school, like Allen Iverson shorts. Remember the real baggy ones, And he had a pair of sandals on. Meanwhile, his wife his sister is wrapped up from head to toe. His mom is wrapped up from head to toe. It's hot as shit in the middle of the goddamn summer. We're at a barbecue event, and you're questioning people about eating pork.
Yeah, I mean,
at a barbecue event in the United States of America.
Yeah, the obvious response to that is, why is your mom and sister dressed like fucking beekeepers?
Yeah.
Like, if we want to talk culture, let's talk about that. And his answer would be like, oh, that's to show respect to somebody. Like, well, why aren't you doing it?
Yep.
Okay. And then he'll say whatever he says, and you just ask, well, what's the functional difference aside from the obvious sex difference before God? If you're standing before God, Allah, as you call it, how does he see your mom versus how he sees you? right? Is there a significant difference? And if there is, then you are a piece of shit, my friend, and so's your God. Sorry. Sorry, bud. I'm sorry if it is not indeed true that all men are created equal, and by that we mean all mankind are created equal and are equal before the law and equal before God, then your God and your law can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Because to my knowledge, there isn't another religion like it, is there?
That fanatical, maybe Shintoism, although it's not really widely
I kind of got shunned, right? Back in the day.
Shintoism is the Japanese, like, kind of imperial
But didn't
cult.
Japan get rid of that, where they're like, "Hey, dude, we're not doing this bullshit."
A
anymore?
little bit, yeah. I mean, they don't. I don't know that they really. There's certainly cultural parts of it they still believe today, but I don't think the average Japanese citizen thinks that they're children of the sun and everybody else is a fucking mongrel. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of Japanese people.
So do I.
None of them. I mean, if they think that,
I've never.
They've done a really good job hiding it.
Ever met one who brought that up. I didn't even learn what the fuck that is until you and I talked about it on a show a couple of years ago. I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But my point is this: like, out of all of this shit, that is one small story. These people are literally in Congress right now. They are running cities. They are running city councils. They are fucking. What was the latest stat from the Dearborn, Michigan? Aren't the police over 50% Arabic now? That's happening. We now have a fucking Muslim mayor of the United States' largest city.
Yeah, New York. The New York Police Department just had some bitch explaining how to fucking put a burqa on.
That's what I was telling you. Yeah, we played it on. Bob, if you want to go to Drinkin Bros podcast Instagram, play this, and this is crazy to me. Like, this is absolutely fucking crazy to me. Like, first of all, you're a police officer. I don't give a like. You shouldn't have to wrap a goddamn scarf around your head to go and fight crime. And no offense, wouldn't that make fighting crime even harder? For Christ's sakes, like, if you were trying to chase after one of these people, wouldn't that be the easiest thing to grab and throw them to the fucking ground? Play this video. So the NYPD did this.
So ideally, you could, there's different ways, by the way. You can fit it how you want to, but you could make one side short, one side long, right?
And this was another day, by the way, of like, it was National Hijab Day, which is a fucking thing. So how are you, I mean, looking at her right now, how are you supposed to fight crime with this bullshit?
I mean, she's a fat woman. She's not fighting crime.
I understand, but even this, you can choke the shit out of her if you just
nice
wanted to get away from her.
Choke,
yes, dude.
So just for the history.
You can turn this off. You're good.
Just for the history of the hijab in general. Quran 24:31 and 33:59. It's basically developed in 7th century. I guess what we would call Saudi Arabia now, or the Arab Empire somewhere, Central Arabia. And the purpose of it was to distinguish themselves from the slaves, one. So it was free women that did that. And two, to guard their modesty, right, from rapists.
Yeah.
So even their culture back then was filled with rapists. And they wear this thing because men can't control themselves, right? Men can't control themselves, so they have to wear this thing to shield their faces and bodies from rapists. That's what it is, and that's a fucking fundamental part of their goddamn religion. Cool, man. It is a symbol of oppression, the idea that a fucking Western woman, especially people that were born here, that are Muslim, would wear that and act as if they're fucking some kind of hero. Like, no, what you're doing is, again, it's this fucking useful idiot thing. What you're doing is virtue signaling this oppressor-oppressed mindset in your religion, Mustadafian and Tagut, and living in a liberal society here where you don't have to do that shit. That we have courts that deal with rape, and guess what? You don't get executed for getting raped. because we're fucking normal people.
Yeah,
again.
dude.
So we have actual ways to deal with that shit. And you as a Western person wear that and think that it's some symbol of overcoming oppression when it is actually a symbol of oppression, of women getting systematically raped and tortured and executed for 1,400 fucking years. You are an idiot. You are among the dumbest people if you're a Western person, born Western especially, wearing that stupid shit on your head. God damn it, man.
But also, what was the fight for then? What was the fight for the Suffrage Act or equal rights or all that other shit? If you're willing to fight for this, which takes away all your rights. I mean, you got nothing on the table there.
The issue is never the issue. The issue is always the revolution.
I guess, man, but it's holy shit. And by the way, I think that's why that movie, that Paul Thomas Anderson movie, DiCaprio, is going to win the Oscar and all that other shit, because that's exactly what it is. The issue is always the revolution. And the wildest thing to me, and again, just reading those reviews back and forth, because it's been going on for months now. The movie came out in September. If you're left walking in there, you leave with a totally different vision if you're right walking into that movie. And
That means
that's
it's
the beauty
probably
of
a
it.
great fucking movie.
It
then.
is. It really is. Because it totally depends on what you believe in and what you think the outcome is. I don't think they're pushing anything on anybody. They're just saying, hey, dude, here's one way or the other. You personally would love the ending more than life itself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it when it comes out. I don't go to theaters much.
Yeah, and it hasn't been in theaters for a long time, so
Yeah.
it'll be out soon. And
Yeah.
they're doing a massive Oscar push for it.
Usually only go to theaters with the kids.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Same.
And you can't
I'm
take 'em to
taking my
fucking
kids
that.
tonight. I
You can't
agree.
take them to that shit.
I agree.
Well, not these young ones, anyways.
No,
Maybe he's almost a teen. Yours is almost.
mine
a
is,
teenager
yeah. So
now.
he wanted to go. And I
Yeah.
go, what do you know about this? And he goes, I think it's about ice and things like that. And I go, are you learning about that? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, we talk about it at school. And I was like, all right, cool. You want to go? My thing is, like, I don't want nudity or anything
Oh
else,
shit!
right?
Did anybody do Vanilla Ice for Halloween this year? Where it was Vanilla Ice with the hair, but he's wearing a fucking.
Oh, that would have been a good one. God
And then
damn
you
it.
bring your
I did
fucking
not.
Mexican friend with you and have him in handcuffs.
Yeah, I did not.
Or if you're a white dude dating a Mexican woman, oh my god, that would have been the best costume.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
That would have been the best
Would
costume.
have been a good one. All right, that'll bring us to our first sponsor of the day here. That is firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. Best in the biz. I had my microfactors this morning. I'm all good. Microfactors, Big Six takes the guesswork out of vitamins. You get the CoQ10s, multivitamins, fruits and veggies, EFAs, probiotics, all the fun stuff. That way you don't have to order a bunch of jars, scrape it around, trying to figure out when you're in, outs, blah, blah, blah. Also, typically I go to the gym before I come in and do the podcast every day. You see me from here up. Usually I'm wearing sweatpants or something else because I literally just came from the gym. And then I'll have a level 1 bar to fucking kick into the day. And then boom, so that way in the afternoon comes around, I can have some fucking booze and feel all right about my life. Or I'm like, great, I put in the fucking time and energy here. And these level 1 bars are the best. 20 grams of protein in every single bar.
I had one today, actually.
I just had one right after I got out of the gym.
I had the peanut butter and jelly. Delicious.
I had the salted caramel one is still my favorite. With
I figured you would have said pumpkin spice because you're a white lady.
Now, you know what? Hey, do you know my on the white lady side of it is that
Carrot cake?
birthday cake.
Oh, yeah,
birthday
birthday
cake and
cake's
carrot
good,
cake. Yeah, I love both of those. They get a million different flavors. They're all amazing, and they're also in powders there.
Yeah, well, this is the
greens though.
This is OptiGreen. So, you know, I've said this many times on the show before, just for some back end data, so you understand why this shit's important. You have to eat like fucking 14 to 20, depending on your size, servings of green vegetables a day to get the amount of nutrients you need out of it for a variety of reasons. One, we fucked up the soil. Two, farming conditions, all this other stuff. If you're growing all your greens in your backyard, you're probably fine. But if not, like 99% of people, you need to supplement that shit. And this OptiGreens is the best one on the market. I tell you, I've been using it for years. It's got all sorts of phytonutrients. It's got barley grass, spirulina, wheatgrass, alfalfa, oatgrass, all this stuff, parsley, spinach, kale, ground up into a powder, a bunch of phytonutrients like curcumin and raspberry fruit powder and shit like that mixed in. And it'll help you with gut bloat,
Yep.
energy, processing the protein that you eat. There's all sorts of other kind of shit that it does, just aside from giving you the nutrients you need from vegetables. And it also has the added benefit of meaning you don't have to eat green vegetables, which is kind of gay, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to get
That's
caught?
easier.
If you're a man, do you want to get caught eating kale in public? I'll eat it in private.
I don't eat kale.
Under a sheet. No, white bean soup with pork.
It makes me shit myself. Kale, it makes me shit
well,
myself.
it's supposed to. It's
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Yeah,
kale guy.
it's supposed to loosen up the bowels a little bit, but you don't want to get caught eating it in public is all I'm saying. I eat it under a sheet with a flashlight at home.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
And I have an S-vest on, too, just in case somebody catches me. I'm blowing myself up and they're dying, too. Nobody's ever finding out.
No.
But you can use this and not look gay.
And
it just looks like protein powder.
Bob, are they doing 50% off for Black Friday? Everybody's doing Black Friday sales.
Yeah, they're doing a big deal for Black Friday, especially for the. I think it's like something like 38% off on the Opti Greens, and then obviously the Drinkin Bros promo code will get you shipping, I believe, over $100. Correct?
Yeah, it's always free shipping
Yeah.
on orders over $100.
With the Opti
And
Greens-
by the way, also, I never say this, but I should, because nobody's ever used it, I don't think, any of our listeners. Try it for 30 days. If you don't love it, First Form will refund you 100% of what you spent. The link is always in the audio and video descriptions here.
Yes.
They are the best in the fucking business, dude. And like, good luck. I've never heard one complaint about this fucking company ever. And if they were on the New York Stock Exchange, I'd invest in this and Nvidia, obviously, tomorrow. Jesus Christ, man. Go to firstform.com/Drinkin Bros today. It's the very best supplement company on the planet. Go there. Enjoy all the Black Friday sales. Everything is shipped free on orders over $100. And that is First Form, spelled with a 1. STPHORM, firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. Next up, while you were whining about Israel, the anti-Israel agitators who spread disruption through U.S. colleges and were punished by authorities were awarded checks for $1,000 by a Muslim nonprofit. The Post has learned here the money was given to students who face penalties for leading pro-Palestine protests before and after the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023, according to a bombshell report by the Network Contagion Research Institution. And don't you work with those guys occasionally from time to time?
Yeah, it's the organization that I work with that tracks like foreign bot engagement on stuff. Like
Okay.
I've mentioned it before on Instagram. If you see like whatever post that it's on, and then a needlessly inflammatory remark posted to it with a bunch of likes on it, click on the likes and see who liked it, and then find like a couple of the top names. Go look and see if they also commented it, and if the original poster also liked their shit. It's
They're all fake.
Just a
Yep.
big bot farm. It's a bunch of cell phones in a row.
And it's weird to me, but the cash was awarded from a Champions of Justice fund set up by California chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, a.k.a. CARE. Wasn't that group... that was part of the Greg Abbott one.
Yeah,
that he
Texas has
fucking nuked
designated
out.
them as a terrorist-related organization as well. Yeah.
Yes. For now.
Yep.
Right? And then legally they can still challenge. Because I know that fucking...
No, they have no right to challenge that.
Okay.
He's
at
the
all?
guy, he's the executive of the state. He can do whatever he wants.
All right.
They have no fucking legal standing to say anything. But yeah, the cash came from there. In California, the largest arm of CARE web of nonprofits affiliates in San Francisco and Los Angeles raised more than $100,000 in donations for campus radicals, while the main group solicited $64,000 in donations, according to records. The money was then offered as interest-free loans and grants of $1,000 to students who, quote, lost scholarships, housing, or other support because of their advocacy. Now, this is a long-standing tradition. Leaders across the Middle East used to pay the families of Gazan people, Gazan suicide bombers, $100,000 per head. You get $100,000 if one of your family members killed themselves. I think Saddam did $25,000, maybe something like that. But this is in their playbook. In October 24, CARE-CA awarded $20,000 in loans and scholarships to 20 student protesters from the, quote, Champions of Justice Fund. The identities of student recipients have never been revealed, but the institutions they attend were in CARE's literature and included Columbia University and University of Pennsylvania and Harvard. That means students suspended or expelled from Columbia University for storming and occupying the university's Hamilton Hall, barricading themselves in the building with furniture and padlocks on April 30th of 24, an incident which resulted in the building having to be stormed by police, could have potentially qualified for the $1,000 checks. I would assume they did. The people that tried to trap Riley Gaines in a fucking room also would have received money, maybe. Quote, these programs support students after acts of criminality and violence, creating a reward structure for building the most militant face of the movement. This is how ideologies metastasize, and that's according to the NCRI founder. It's also a RICO case against CARE now.
Good.
So
that's the most serious form you can get.
They haven't launched it yet, but all the elements of RICO are there. All they have to do is show past, present, future crimes. So they show the fund that exists, that's set up to award people in the future, people that have been awarded already, and people that are and people that will be awarded, or the people that are being awarded right now for protests, past, present, future crimes. Also, it's. All of this leftist money, it's so weird to me that people hyper-fixated on Israel so much that it makes me, I'm not usually one that thinks things are fucking ops. Everything's an op now, right?
Or a conspiracy.
It's like not, I don't think Tucker's being paid by anybody. I just think he's a jackass, to be honest. I think the bot farms that reinforce the content are coming from somewhere, sure. But I don't think he was popular long before that.
He's been popular for 20 years.
Some of the other people that have popped up over the last couple of years, they're clearly being paid. Just like, I mean, Elijah Schaffer basically admitted he was being paid by the El Salvadoran government yesterday.
Right.
But anyways, there's this between Soros and Weiss, Hans-Jörg Weiss, who is a Swiss billionaire, runs the Weiss Foundation. They've sent over $40 million just last year, I think, in cash to about 24 groups that fight the oil and gas industry for this global climate change horse shit that's basically just like globalism on full scale. Soros has spent billions of dollars inside the United States. And people rightly go after people like that, and that's fine. There's so much more money, and then if you include Qatar in this, and then all of the there's like 15 different Arab countries that have similar organizations as AIPAC in the country right now that are not far registered and spending millions of dollars on shit like this. I just don't. It's so odd to me that everybody kind of fucking circled the wagons around Israel specifically, when Soros has been doing this for decades.
Right.
And he's gone into other countries and fucking crippled their currency on purpose so he can make money off of it. He's clearly just a fucking leech. And this guy, Weiss, is clearly just a leech. Israel is just trying to exist. I don't like AIPAC doing what they do, frankly. I think I think
it should exist.
I think, well, they can exist if they want, but I think the way they go about messaging is a bunch of fucking victim bullshit. And I've said as much to those people. It's like,
I don't think they should be able to give money to local politicians here. I don't think any foreign government or any
well, it's not.
foreigners-
AIPAC is not a foreign government. It's American Jews, right? Allegedly. I don't
Allegedly.
know. But it's like you're asking me to believe that successful Jews in America can't come up with $40 million to spend on politics.
They can.
I
don't think they want to.
They don't need. Well, no, they definitely are.
But
like Harvey Weinstein has given so much money to politics.
He has, but like again, I hate to go back to this fucking New York thing, right? Because there's so many Jews in New York. You tell me they couldn't spend enough money to stop Mamdani from winning?
They're getting outplayed by the globalists right now, like pretty hard.
So does Israel even fucking matter? Like, do these people matter?
No, probably not. But still, like one rule to rule them all is what we're looking for. You know what I mean? Like everybody's equal under the law, so we have to make a rule that applies to everyone. And if we're going to allow American Jews to fund something that directly supports Israel, then we have to allow American Muslims to do something as well. So you got to get rid of it, I think. Right? Yeah. At any rate, the amount of money spent lobbying on behalf of Israel pales in comparison to all these other things. Particularly, it's to be honest, if you took it by country, Israel's probably tied with Qatar on lobbying us.
Qatar.
Yeah, or maybe Saudi Arabia's in there too, but Saudi Arabia doesn't lobby us for Islamist bullshit. Qatar does. They're probably tied. The totality of it, because Israel's just one country versus 15 Arab countries, it's way more on the Arab side, but that's just because there's more countries, so I don't really read that. That's a per capita issue. But from the leftist globalist stuff, it's not even close. None of these religious ideologies are spending anywhere close to the amount of money that fucking nihilist atheist people are. It's not, I mean, it's not even fucking in the ballpark. We're talking about maybe a couple of billion a year in total versus like hundreds of billions a year in total. You know what I mean? And indirect sales and direct lobbying and fucking standing up all these think tanks and all this other shit at universities that are going on. It's just so odd to me that people chose, of all the things you could choose, they chose Israel to get upset about. And I just don't know what it is. It's that part of it feels like they were guided in that direction by probably leftists.
Well, here's the thing. It's all extremely well funded, and this will go back to the top with this Muslim bullshit, right? They're not just here. They're also funded, which is even more dangerous because you still need money to do all this shit and execute it. Obviously, Mamdani's learning that now by doing that fucking video we played yesterday where he's begging for cash already for January 1st for when he gets into office. And they, truthfully, have not raised a lot in 2 weeks. Like, holy shit.
No, they're fucking idiots. And, you know, a lot of this stuff is like, some of it is just the political environment we have ourselves in now, and it's our own fault. But it's very similar to, like, that period between the Articles of Confederation and the Constitution, where there's a lot of good thinkers around. There's a lot of people who are taking hard lines on things because they're upset about the way things are going. But in the end, at the Constitutional Convention, what happened was we all came to agreements. Like, yeah, we're going to create this government. There's going to be an executive and a bicameral legislative branch, and there's going to be a judiciary. And yeah, it looks a lot like what happened in England, but we're also going to have this Bill of Rights that says the government only has these powers and no further. That's the compromise that happened. So, you know, when there's people are talking about all the so-called infighting on the right now, I think it's a natural thing. I think it's healthy. I think it's what's produced the best documentation and benefit for the world in history is when people like that come together. Like when I see Matt Walsh say America only, I'm like, I'm fine with you having that position. That's not reality, but I'm fine with you having that position because we do have global trade. And as such, we have to have security partnerships with people to support global trade. This is the way it is. He doesn't want to focus on that. He's a guy that's going to try to drag us out of needless conflicts and out of needless, what do you call it? What did Jada Pinkett say she was in?
Oh, a state of delirium?
No. When she was talking about banging that one dude.
Oh, fuck,
dude. An entanglement.
Entanglement.
Yeah. It's weird that I pieced it together that way, but George Washington is farewell address, so we shouldn't get involved in unnecessary foreign entanglements. So you need Matt Walsh to coax people, to make people have to make the case that this time is absolutely necessary. He's a fundamental part of that conversation, right? He doesn't see it that way. He doesn't want to talk about enemies to the right of him or whatever, but you do need that 100%. And you need, as we talked about with Austin Padgett, you need the libertarian for the same reason, because they are non-interventionist by nature, and you need them as a bulwark so that I have to go to that crowd and prove to them that this thing that we need to do is actually useful. That it's part of this system that we're in, right? And you need also the person who's a crazy fucking, like, oh man, we've got to not guarantee outcomes for people, but if somebody does run into trouble, there's got to be a government solution to it. We have to be able to give them a couple of months so they don't fucking die and fuck up our economy. It's good for them. It's good for us as well. And you need people who don't want to spend any government money also saying, okay, fine, but the least amount possible. And the solution of it has to point towards getting them back into the economy and not leeching off of it, right? We need to have all of these people involved in having these conversations all the time. Otherwise, what we end up with is a fucking massive welfare state and constant fucking war. We have both because none of these people will talk to each other.
Or this Muslim shit that was going on in Texas that we didn't know about. You guys brought it to our attention. It is certainly not getting any news coverage or anything else. We went and talked about it on air, blah, blah, blah. It started to get up through the ranks. Brian Harrison was on. He talked about it. And then, Bob, I just sent you a clip via Twitter that you can play. Here's what Abbott had to say last night on Fox News regarding this situation, because I think this is the first time the public has really heard about it, like around the country, as far as what was going on in Texas, because even we didn't know, and we fucking lived here, for Christ's sake. So, yeah. If you want to play that last
God damn
clip,
it, Bob.
Bob, we have fucking fiber here. We have fiber, for Christ's sakes. There it is.
Twitter's being sweet.
We have fiber, Bob. We are in the future.
All right,
I flew here on a fucking jet car.
Actually, are we getting
Flying car.
Are we getting a flying carpet for me as well?
We can try to.
Yeah, I think we should
Try to. When you get out of the hospital, we can do it.
Dinger, 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 dinger,
All right, go ahead and press play on this.
On it, Israel. We know of at least 2 that exist in the Dallas area. We're looking broader in Dallas County as well as Collin County, which is right next to Dallas. And that's why I sent the letter to officials both in Dallas and Collin counties to urge them to take action to root out any Sharia courts. And I am deploying the Texas Department of Public Safety to also root out any Sharia courts anywhere in the state of Texas. To be clear, the Texas Constitution does not allow Sharia courts or Sharia law. Texas statutes have banned Sharia law, and we are going to pursue this until we purge any attempt to impose Sharia law in Texas.
So first of all, the biggest shock of me was 2 of them already exist here. We're just finding out about this in the state of Texas. Hey, dude, 2 of them already exist, and I urge these public officials, and the officials he named, no offense, aren't armed.
No, I mean, what I would like is if he would stop pretending like he didn't preside over all of this.
He did.
Like, you were the boss this whole time. It's like, can you believe this shit? I'm like, can you fucking believe this shit?
He's been here for what?
How
long has this motherfucker been governor? How long has Wheelchair been governor?
I mean, he's
12
in
years?
13.
Yeah, 13.
Jesus Christ, man.
Ever since Rick Perry left,
13
right?
or 15, I can't remember, because I've definitely voted
We had the
in this
Republican candidate is trying to challenge him in a primary on the show. Pete. I'd love for that guy to fucking win. Jesus Christ. But this guy feels entrenched.
So the election was in 2014. He assumed office in 2015.
How do you get this guy out of here, man? I mean, because the guy we had on the show, that is America First, a Texas dude through and through, versus this fucker. And you're just now acting. I'm with you, Dan. Now you're fucking shocked that this is going on.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, you've been governor for 12 years. Certainly somebody told you along the way, hey, bro. And it's north of Dallas. It's not like it's in the middle of nowhere either, where you're like, all right, this is right by Dallas, which is probably, the state's biggest city, I think?
Houston's
either
the biggest
Dallas
city.
or
Houston, you're right. I always forget about Houston. God damn it. Dude.
It's
The
one
Metro
of the
might be bigger.
Yeah, it's probably
DFW.
Metro, yeah.
But
Oh,
Houston
maybe.
is the biggest, just city proper.
But man, dude, get the fuck out of here with this fucking guy. Jesus Christ. We're going to urge health officials to go out and do what, dude? You need motherfuckers with guns out there. Sorry.
Well, I mean, if he means a branch of the DPS, they have guns.
All right. Hopefully. Next up, we got our next sponsor, MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch. Get into the action today with MyBookie.com. Bob, are our picks up? Because we got partner picks now on the site. I picked a wild one this week. A wild one. And I'm aware of it. Really fucking aware of how bizarre this is. So while you're looking for it, Bob, you seem to be stuck in quicksand today.
No, I'm looking for it.
He's on his laptop. He's logging in.
Okay, got it.
You have to be logged in to see partner picks.
So with that, dude, it's all of us on the show make a pick for the week. Last week, I took Georgia beating Texas by 6.5, and they beat them by, I think, 30, and won 2 bets that week. So I predicted that Texas would not go to the playoffs, even though they started off the season number 1, and I bet that's way back in August. Won that one, super amped about it. My lock this week, and I know this sounds strange, is Maryland plus 14 against Michigan. Has nothing to do whatsoever with the school that I went to versus them, whatever. Love Michigan. We do hard AF with those guys, all of it. The last 4 years, if you look at the history of this Maryland game, for whatever reason, on their senior day, they've either played Michigan or Ohio State, and they've only won by 1 to 7 points every single fucking time. It's a weird place to play because both teams overlook it because they're looking for the game the next weekend. That's going to be in Ann Arbor. So they always overlook this Maryland game. It is always very, very close, and it is very, very fucking difficult. So give me the 14 on that game, and I'm in.
Our partner picks are not live yet.
Okay, what are yours? What was your pick this week, Bob?
I have not given them a pick this week. I just did you and Dan this week.
Okay, Dan, what did you choose?
Colts money line against the Chiefs.
Okay.
And I'm sticking by it.
Got it. Well, you have to now because it's going to be live on the website.
You can't tell me what to do.
Well, and they can tell us.
I'll
what
fucking
to do
hack.
right there,
I'll hack the Gibson.
Yeah, get in there, dude.
Yeah.
Get in there. But on the NFL side, if you can pick the Super Bowl winner this year, God bless you. You're going to win a lot of money because the odds are fucking real high in a lot of these teams, and I have no idea who's going to win. I'm always very, very good in college football, and obviously we have an advantage chatting with these guys on a week-to-week basis for Hard AF, but NFL, man, has been a motherfucker this year. So those Super Bowl odds, you can win a lot of money if you pick the team now. I've sprinkled the Rams, but we'll see. I mean, who fucking week to week? It's a brand new fucking team, which is rad. Mm-hmm. But that is my and Dan's personal lock of this week, those two games. So feel free to bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Make sure to enter that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Even the Heisman Trophy, it's down to kind of 2, but Indiana's a bye this week.
Yeah.
So
they've only got one more game left. Yeah.
Yeah. If
and they don't count any playoff, including the conference championship, right, Bob?
Which they should. No, they don't.
No.
They don't.
No postseason.
They would vote the week before. So if Ohio State's trying to get it for Julian Saint this weekend,
you got to fucking play your players
first. You got to play them, dude. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I have no idea.
Should be noted, my bookie's also running a special for Thanksgiving.
Oh, shit, for the NFL games?
Yeah. A single touchdown is all it takes for the Bears or Eagles on Black Friday. One trip to the end zone, you can double your money.
Shut the fuck up. We can pick any players?
I think it's just the teams. I'm not totally sure on what the copy's telling me here, but it's a simple.
Give me Saquon Barkley
bet.
then.
Yeah.
Give me Saquon Barkley.
But yeah, if you use the promo code Drinkin Bros when you sign up.
Dallas's run defense sucks.
Oh, they're terrible. But promo code Drinkin Bros will get you a welcome bonus.
Let's go,
to sign up now.
How much?
So it didn't say. Just a fun mystery prize.
Okay, perfect, dude. Perfect. So yeah, head on over there, dude. I'm on the site every goddamn day. I even bet tonight's game. Dude, I actually bumped it up. I used a 7-point teaser night. I took Houston Texans plus 13, and then I dropped that over under down, dude. Because I think they're going to clear it. So let's fucking rock.
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Before we move on to this next really funny story.
Yeah.
Everybody's chirping about the H1B thing right now, right?
Yes. We've had a lot of people tag us in that.
So I want to briefly address this because I don't know what solutions any of these people that are chirping about it are actually offering. I'm curious.
I have mine.
Well, I'd like to hear it, and I'm gonna put this out here, and if you whatever your opinion is, because I haven't fielded any opinions on this about what people think we should do. Excuse me. But go into the YouTube comments. This one's on YouTube, so you can put them right in the YouTube comments. I'm very curious what you people think about this. Trump's taking a lot of heat for saying that we don't have enough people to fill the jobs right now, so we got to bring in temporary people and then kick them out after. That's the gist, right?
Essentially, he wants them to teach them how to do those jobs and then get them the fuck out of the country.
What he hasn't said is that we're in an AI race right now and we're trying to win it. And the Biden administration set us back a lot on it, and energy as well. So there's two fields specifically. Energy, AI, and AI, especially the AI part that we're really working on is producing computer chips, right?
Yep.
So there is an amount, a capacity at which we can produce right now. We have now the funding and plans to produce quite a bit more, but not the personnel.
Yes.
Okay. So we have the government regulation is out of the way now. The funding is there, and now we need the personnel to do it. And his position is, and I don't know if this is true or not, but based on the STEM graduations, it seems like it is, that we don't have. What he said was, if you open up a computer chip factory today, we can't exactly go to the unemployment line and hire people that have never done this before to come work these jobs, right?
Sure.
Like, and I think that's probably true. But the thing at issue here is that we have to reach a certain goal by a certain time before China. Those are the fundamentals of the case.
Yes.
And how do we do that without some help is the question, right? And if you've got a better answer than Trump's answer, I would love to hear it. Because if you've got a better answer that makes sense, I'll fucking put it into somebody's ear. I'll talk about it. I'll fucking yell about it until somebody fucking listens. But I haven't heard. I don't know what a better option is.
I'll tell you mine, and that way we'll put it on the fucking table here. Vivek Ramaswamy took a lot of heat.
I don't think it
2 years
helps.
ago.
I don't think it helps the language they're using, where Vivek says and Trump says we don't have the talent right now. That's not true. We don't have trained people yet, but our people are perfectly capable of doing this shit.
I think, and again, this will go back to messaging, which we talked about earlier in the week, out of the White House specifically. So it's the most talent. Who are the most talented people? And we're doing it for sports in the NBA, right? So we're doing it for soccer and Messi and all these other fucking guys, right? Why not do it for tech and other jobs that we absolutely need and pick off the best of the best from around the world that want to live here and assimilate here? I don't have a problem with that. If we talk about this with the DEI hires too in America. If we're going to hire off of color and race and not talent, why wouldn't we do that and try to pick it off? Because to your point, we are in a global race against China, not just here. This AI shit is propping up the stock market right now. I also think for the first few years, it's going to be hard as everybody gets adjusted to it, and the unemployment rate is going to go up. Even here at our small company, dude, we've gotten rid of a couple people. I'll bring up Sean, for example. I like Sean. I think he's a fucking good guy. He was a good editor for us. The job that took him 4.5 hours now takes AI 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It's 98% accurate. Therefore, yes, people are going to lose employees and everything else. However, once you get used to this as a tool, it's also going to create more jobs in the future. But you're going to go through a rough period right now. Now, in order to get us AI-wise to where we need to be, in my opinion, because I've been fucking around with this shit for the last 6 or 7 months on a pretty much a 5 to 6 day a week basis here, you still need talent to come in and perfect these programs. And not only is it good for the stock market and everything else, I don't necessarily know that it is here yet. Like, I think the other countries have been working on it a lot longer than we have. Right now, everybody's taking the guardrails off of this bullshit. But, like, yeah, you got to catch up. And unfortunately, if you have to pick off the best talent from other countries to do so, fine. And if they want to assimilate, great. And then to Trump's point, once they're done with their job, they can go back to their fucking country or whatever.
I prefer they don't assimilate. I prefer they get out.
That too,
to be honest. But, you know, the best of the best in this particular field are actually Taiwanese, not Indian. For some reason, because of the argument that's been going on the last 2 years, people associate H1B with India, and India takes more advantage of it than most countries do. To be frank, China takes more advantage of the university system, but this also has not been communicated at all, much less well, by the administration, that every H-1B is not just some Indian dude that's taking a programming job and moving his whole family here. The Taiwanese never immigrate to the United States. They always go back. Like, there's exceptions to any rule, but you can ask people that work in that field of tech that work with these guys from the Taiwan chip company, TSMC,
Yep.
or TSCM.
TSMC.
Is it MC? Yeah.
Yep.
So you can ask people that work directly with them. They never fucking stay here. They don't want to. They like Taiwan, apparently. It's pretty fucking dope, I guess. I've never been there. But,
dude, and people, by the way, even Japanese people are like, yo, Japan's dope as fuck.
But why is it that no one has heard this before I just said it? That's a problem.
Well,
again, it's a problem of the messaging that comes here, because they are they're the first name in the game right now, right?
Yes.
And they've invested money in a company over here, TSMC.
So they're setting up a foundry in Arizona.
That's right.
TSMC is literally the world's leading manufacturer in chip manufacturing.
Yep.
They have a 4-nanometer process, which is the smallest chips that can be made in the world. They only have foundries in Taiwan
And the United States.
and the United States now. We are the first country they've decided to move their chip foundries out of.
So this is my question. Anybody like fucking, he knows this because he works and
because I'm a nerd,
researches
honestly,
in
and I
that
like
industry. He's
chips
a nerd.
and AMD.
But
and shit.
what Vivek said before was that we don't, I don't think he meant it to be insulting, but he was like, we don't glorify nerds here. We glorify high school quarterbacks. And like, good, that's part, we need high school quarterbacks to go fight wars and be cops. And we need fucking nerds to start tech companies.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like, that's how it fucking works
Yes.
in a goddamn society. It's worked that way always in society. So they've done a very poor job of fucking talking about this, frankly. And there's information out there, like what he just said and what I just said, that clarifies a lot of this. And people won't fucking just say it out loud. I don't understand why. Maybe it's just the aristocratic mindset. Like, I only have to explain so much to you guys. I'm in charge here. Which, when you're trying to do coalition building, and especially at a time when you're fundamentally altering the U.S. economy, which is what reindustrialization is doing, take some time and fucking explain to people. Remember, after the election, I said that Trump should do fireside chats.
Yeah.
Like a fucking 1 hour,
Which-
bi-weekly 1 hour radio address or whatever, where somebody just has a conversation
He
with
should
him
have his own
specifically.
fucking podcast.
Yeah. He does it.
Hosted by different people.
He does it to some degree
Once a
with the
week.
cabinet meetings.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
had more cabinet meetings so far than any president in history.
And he's gone
by
on
the way.
television from
Yeah.
the Oval
And
Office, to his credit, more times.
And that's all fine, but having somebody that actually understands whatever the fucking ongoing thing is, to be able to sit with him for a little while and have that conversation and get him to fucking clarify his answer down to something that's palatable and intellectually manageable for the people that need to hear it is a really important thing, and they're just not doing it right now, and it's very fucking frustrating because anytime I have these conversations out in public with people, even smart people, I have to start from fucking scratch and explain the whole situation to them and why some of this stuff might be necessary.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, why do you not know this? And it's not their fault.
No, but I mean, like, fuck. You could apply this to any fucking job there is, in my opinion. Like, I was watching the Eddie Murphy doc, for example, right? And I'll just use a fucking stupid Hollywood one. And people were saying on this Eddie Murphy doc that just came out on Netflix, like, oh, you know, he was the first black actor who really came out and and
What about Al
became
Jolson?
a movie star and all this other shit. And they were like, oh, he made it cool. And it was like, he decided to make it cool. The difference is it wasn't cool in your community to be an actor at all. It's cooler to be a basketball player, an NFL player, a fucking singer, a dancer, whatever entertainment job there is other than actor. Same with females in directing. This whole fucking bullshit about females in directing and everything else. Guess what, dude? I went to fucking NYU. Do you know how many females were in the directing program? 0. Not because they weren't accepted, because they fucking zero desire to do it. DPs, this fucking, your mom's in the industry. These director photography, like, carrying around heavy camera equipment is fucking hard all goddamn day, and it weighs 50 pounds apiece.
That's why she's an agent, and that's why I do this job.
Correct. And so what's wrong with admitting what it actually is? I'm white. I thought as a kid I was going to be a fucking NBA player, dude. I dropped 50 in a goddamn middle school game. They put me in the Nike AAU camps and all that other bullshit. I got there opening game and got slaughtered. Fucking slaughtered in 9th grade. And I realized, holy shit, I'm too white. Once I went up against an all-black team of all-stars from all over the goddamn country, I got mopped. The final fucking score, thank you, and we'll get that fixed one day, was 88-28 in a goddamn basketball game, and I realized I just wasn't good enough. Like, why is there a problem with just saying there's certain things in life, man, where let's just get the best talent in there, figure it out, and then go from there and hopefully teach the next crop of people that are coming in to do all this shit.
Yeah, well, we've done this before. I mean, we did it with all of the when car manufacturing became a big thing in the Southeast, especially in South Carolina with BMW, right? There were all these ancillary companies like Zuna Starker who produced the exhaust systems for BMWs, and still, so far as I know, they still do. They came in and they brought in a lot of foreign workers to train the local dicks how to make it, and then they kicked them out. This has happened a lot over the course of American history.
In every profession.
But why? It's the fact that wasn't the first thing that they said. Like, hey, right now we're at A. We've got to get to C. We have to.
Faster than everybody else.
Faster than everybody else, or we're going to fucking lose. And Trump's making all these other moves, like securing rare earth minerals and magnets. Huge for us, right? A huge win for this country. But it's not a win if you don't have everybody on board with what the fucking purpose of getting them in the first place was, right? Which is to produce this equipment that we need for AI and the data centers and all this other stuff. It's like, man, I don't think this is... Caroline Leavitt is 29 years old. She doesn't know any of this, nor should she. She's a fucking press secretary. She knows how to talk and answer questions. But somebody has to give her this information. Who exactly in the administration is the head of this tech development? Right?
Don't know.
Who is it? Because I don't know who. I know who's in charge of the State Department. It's Marco fucking Rubio.
Yeah.
I know who's in charge of finance. Right?
But why?
I know whatever there's some kind of financial talk, Scott Bessent shows up and lights everybody's ass up.
Yes.
I know who that is. We're in the biggest technological expansion in the history of the fucking world right now. Who is the czar for the administration who's out there on the stump explaining what I'm explaining right now to people?
And why isn't that their title? So that way we know them, identify them, and we celebrate them for advancing our country. Like Vivek said, and I took a lot of fucking heat for this after he said it, of what you're celebrating. Put somebody as the czar of this. And then we beat everybody with this. Everybody's fucking rich. We're making money and all this other shit. Like, unfortunately, it is going to take somebody who is the best to come in and teach us. We have to learn from that person and then get better at it than the other fucking countries. Like, it sucks.
I feel like I'm in a weird position right now because I'm saying what Trump is doing is correct, but also that they're fucking it up by not messaging it correctly. You know, Howard Lutnick did a really good job of explaining tariffs and then going out on the stump on all the shows and making people look stupid for trying to say shit that just wasn't true. Scott Bessent does it all the time, and he's gay, so he's even cattier, right? Why is there... We are reindustrializing, and we're in the biggest technological expansion in the history of humanity right now in this country, and nobody who's qualified to talk about it is on behalf of the administration out there in public talking about it. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, a lot of people bitched at me, and I'll tell you why initially, right? And this is what the pushback was when Vivek said it. And it's the same with me. People hit me up, and they were like, hey, man, you guys, you don't live by America first, and like you say and everything else. And I was like, no, I do. But to have America first, you still need the best of the best. So that way Americans can learn from whoever the fuck that is in that field. I'm too dumb to do it. Somebody was like, hey, dude, why can't I have a Ross Patterson GPS of your voice as St. James Street James from one of your books? Because I'm too dumb to do it. I need somebody else to fucking do that. And it's okay to admit it. Like, it is. It is okay to fucking toss questions to you about things that I don't know. If I don't know something, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do or how to live your fucking life if I don't actually know it. Whereas everybody else will just sit there and give you an excuse over something rather than... It's all about the best talents wins. That's how you become the best country in the world, is by constantly finding the best talent, if it's here or elsewhere. I'm not saying let in fucking 20 million goddamn people or anything like that. Just select the best of the best. Doctors, scientists, shit. Didn't we do that in World War II? For Christ's sakes, like, what's the harm in it? I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I mean, you might end up with a couple of Nazis, but you get nukes too.
You get nukes on top of it. I mean, look. It's just part of the process, man. And unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, the biggest winners in all this shit, I've said this over and over and over again. Everybody in manual labor, god damn, dude. I get humbled by a mechanic this morning. Just absolutely fucking humbled. It was just like, motherfucker, I've got so much business. I don't need you. I don't need anybody else. So you can come in tomorrow at this exact time, or I don't have to do this fucking job. And you're like, shit, way to go, bro. Way to go. You know what I'm saying? But those... The jobs that he was talking about that aren't glorified and everybody else, those guys are now taking over and they're in control. Plumbers, mechanics, fucking people who are GCs, everybody else. They are taking control. They're making a shit ton of money and they're dictating their terms to everybody else, including us untalented dicks. And I'm saying us by me in that conversation. Fuck. But yeah, how we fix this... I think it's just through the messaging. I think the ideas are correct. I really do, what Trump is doing. It's just the messaging of it, and then who says it through what channels and everything else, and not how to piss off certain parts of it. I mean, you've been to the White House. It's, goddamn, dude, you got to go through 100 people just to get to that one person. And God forbid, throughout that game of telephone, that they don't fuck it up. And that's the messaging that actually goes out to the world. I guarantee you there's a million times, because Trump watches news all goddamn day long, every fucking channel. I guarantee you there's times when Levitt is going out there, somebody else, and he's watching it live going, fuck, that's not what I meant to say. That was the wrong thing or whatever. Who the fuck gave them those notes, you know? So, yeah, it's just figuring it out and then shortening it, I guess. Less people. Same with the government, right? And that's where we're at. But that's my take on it. You come after me or not if you want to. But we're doing it in the NBA and everything else. Why not for tech? Because tech is driving the stock market, that is driving everything else that we're doing in this country and hoping to accomplish. And also, if we get into a fucking war, what are we using, dude? We're not going to be using humans that much longer. It's going to be tech. It's going to be fucking drones. It's going to be planes and everybody else. I mean, are we going to be flying these fucking things?
Yeah, there will always be human pilots.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So those drone strikes that are going on, let's say the ones that Obama used, or the ones on the ones that are blowing up the boats on the ocean.
They're piloted by human beings.
Are they really still?
From Creech Air Force Base, yeah.
Okay. And you think that'll be forever?
North Nevada. Well, I think there will be human beings inside of fighter jets forever, yes.
Okay. Because Tom Cruise said otherwise in Top Gun 2. I just want to make sure. Hey, hey, Maverick. You realize your job's going to be obsolete pretty soon here. Yeah, but while I'm here, I'm going to get this to, what do you get, 9 Gs, 10 Gs?
Yeah, and then he punched out at 10 Gs. And I had a conversation with a gentleman who knows these sort of things, and he would have basically been liquefied.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Would
It's
have
Tom
become
Cruise.
paste.
Nope, Tom Cruise lives through it. Sorry, guys, he lives through it.
No, Chappie Sinclair maybe, not Tom Cruise.
Chappie. Dougie Masters, if you hear this, I've already gone down. Next up, sponsor-wise, it's Bob's favorite. It's Bob and his Bulls Day. Close to Thanksgiving here. Talking about AdamandEve.com. Did we get our own URL? I know I always ask, dude, but I'm praying for it. Like, this is one of my faves here, and I just want the proper respect that we deserve, nay, you deserve, Bob, because you're always on the cutting edge here.
Yeah, I'm always on the lookout for the best and brightest from Adam and Eve. And look, it's not hard. I don't have to.
What do you mean it's not hard?
Wow.
It's sort of ironic, right? Because
Yeah.
it is hard, but it's not difficult. Let me put it that way.
Precision of language, Bob.
Yeah, 50% off plus free shipping plus rush processing. The offer drinking, promo code drinking at checkout at AdamandEve.com. What are you looking at for you and your bowl here for Thanksgiving holidays?
In honor of the final inch and its
Thank you.
spacefaring adventures, we've got the Creature Cox Wormhole Alien Stroker.
Now, is that a double-sided stroker?
Yeah, we really want that invention.
It's just a one-sided stroker with the Creature Cox Wormhole Alien Stroker. But look, blast off when your erection invades this soft and squishy alien stroker.
Is that the copy?
Go to the third.
Is that the thing there, dude?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Holy shit! So it's like a tumbler. It's like a Drinkin Bros tumbler, and then you just fuck it.
I mean, you should get one you should co-brand the Final Inch stroker.
Oh man, I'd love to put my own dildo out there of my cock. That'd be great. Also, can we sell our own fleshlights too to have our own Adam and Eve Drinkin Bros fleshlights? That'd be fun.
Yeah, you can absolutely have a dildo or a fleshlight modeled. So, like, you can unquestionably, like, Ross, there is a place you can go to have a mold made of your asshole.
Okay, great. Why my asshole?
Because
something's got to go in
You want
it.
a fleshlight.
No. I want my dick. Like I want to be
yeah,
a
you can
dildo.
also
I
make it-
don't want my asshole to be fucked by a bunch of different
Well,
people.
you said fleshlight at first.
Yeah, fleshlight implies
No.
someone's fucking it.
For Drinkin Bros, guys, I want the logos on there.
Oh,
on the
yeah, yeah,
outside of it, I want our faces on there, so they feel like, hey, dude, I'm putting my dick inside the show.
We
That's
have
what
the
I want.
technology.
Do we?
We can make this
Or
happen.
do we have
probably.
to give an HB1 visa to somebody to come over and do this?
I mean, let's just get Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God knows where street cons.
Let's
is
get
at
Gary
right
to
now.
mold his asshole.
I see his video. We have no idea. We've sent him places. Who knows where he's at? What's the lube capability on this?
The lube capability is compatible with water-based lubricants, so you can slide
silicone.
right in.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And then how do you wash that?
Oh, you just toss it in the dishwasher next to your kids' plates
Sippy
and stuff like
cups?
that. Yeah.
Babas and things like that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's fun for the whole family.
I actually use those old school antique washing machines on mine.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's got that roller on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like, it's got the what would be an agitator in a modern washing machine, which is like you scrub it up and down on the thing, and then you have the roller to dry it out. The spin cycle is rolling it. Right,
Beautiful.
to get all the moisture out. And
Beautiful. I like all of that.
And then obviously I sun dry them.
Yeah.
Because I like, to be natural.
Natural. You are an all-natural guy.
Yeah.
Now, Bob, is there any reviews for this?
Yeah,
here?
we've got some great reviews for the Creature Cox wormhole.
Wait, is one of them
alien
about
stroker.
how you can use it as a protein shaker? Because Beerworth is saying that in the
That's
chat.
what it looks like, dude.
Yeah.
It looks like our new Drinkin Bros Tumblr on drinkinbros.com.
I'd probably
That's for
wash it.
stealth.
Yeah, I'd probably wash it in between, but
Your
that's
call.
up to you.
It's
all
up
your,
to you.
It's all your stuff.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
up to you. I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to judge you. No
Yeah.
kink shaming here.
Small fucker, the shopper Small Fucker says,
That's his username?
yeah,
Small fucker.
Small Fucker.
Okay, cool.
It says, I really enjoy the interesting opening to this stroker. I'm a smaller guy, and it feels great to tease my head with her opening for a while before really going at it. Thinking about it has me just about ready to go find her so she can ride me again.
Yeah.
He refers to his with female pronouns.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's accurate. I don't know what this alien race is like.
It
probably
looks like a
passed.
woman. Well, the first picture you show looked like a woman. Is there another? Are these verified buyers?
Yeah, these are all
Yeah.
verified buyers.
What's the next one? What does the next one say?
This is from Old Haunter. Old Haunter says, "I am a recently
Wait, is
widowed."
it old or ole?
Yeah,
old.
OLE.
Old. O-L-D.
Okay.
OLD.
D.
Okay.
Okay, you can tell what part of the country.
I was
he's
gonna
from.
say, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be southern if it was old. Go ahead and read this.
And this is kind of a heartwarming one.
That's nice.
I'm a recently widowed mature man.
Damn it.
And a friend suggested I look at toys. I have very little experience with them. I tend to overanalyze and research things. This was my second toy, but I prefer to the first one I got, which was actually more expensive. The picture shows the inside soft liner being closed at the end, but it really is open, which is nice for cleaning. You can flush it out easily. There's also reduced pressure for insertion. And yeah, he just goes on and on about how it's great. I expect some folks are excited by the different looking opening, but that is not my thing. I feel the inside is pleasurable, and that's what I was looking
Oh.
Can you copy and paste all that into like Word or something and see how many words this guy wrote? Because this is a seasoned professional.
It sure is.
paragraph.
This guy's had sex with quite a few fleshlights or whatever they're called.
Please leave a
in his
review
day.
like this on my book, The Last
Yeah.
Inch, on Amazon. Jesus
Someone
Christ.
in
Reviews
chat.
matter.
Someone in chat was kink shaming us for looking at a male fleshlight product. I just will say to you, go buy one yourself and have some fun, my friend.
Yeah.
Go support Adam and Eve. Go support us and go have a good
Thank
time.
you. Yeah, so that's 50% off one item, free shipping, free rush processing. Bring more pleasure and satisfaction into the bedroom. Just go to adamandeve.com
Wait.
and select any one item.
Word count
229.
Holy
you go.
shit.
200 to 250 words per review is what we expect moving forward.
Yeah, that's very, very well done.
That lets people know that you're a fucking an expert. You know what I mean? That your opinion actually matters in this regard.
How I just choked on myself here was the next line here. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire. I mean, that's beautiful, dude. It's the largest online sex store in America.
And just one
It's the
more.
best in the world.
Just one more real quick. Pussy Pirate 92 says she grips well and tingles my shaft.
Oh, great. Pussy Pirate 92. Okay. Were the first 91 taken, you think? Was there other Pussy Pirates?
Almost certainly.
Probably the year they were born in.
Ah, there
People
you
do that a
go,
lot.
Ryan. There you go, Ryan. It's a
Common online trick.
There you go. So that's what, 33? They party.
Yeah.
All right.
Right age for this product.
So just go to adamandeve.com, select any one item, and enter the promo code DRINKING at checkout. That is DRINKING. Drinking, you little king. At adamandeve.com. This exclusive offer specific to this podcast. So be sure to use the code DRINKING to get your discounts. 100% free shipping. And you're going to get it fast with Rush Processing, code DRINKING. And to answer your question before you hit me up in the DMs, yes, it comes in discreet packaging. So nobody's going to know, your kids, your wife, your boyfriend, your lover, whoever you're having an affair with. No one's going to know about this, all right?
As it should be.
Yeah, and that's nice. I like that. Next up, Snap Crimes.
Wait.
New what?
No.
You don't want to do Snap Crimes?
I do, yeah. After we do Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, you want to go to Lieutenant Dan first? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we
Fair enough.
can end with that one too if you'd like.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to all these stories today.
We've gotten out of control.
The last one we've already talked about.
No, that's fine. Lieutenant Dan is on house arrest.
Well, hold on. Do you want to do snap crimes first and
No,
then do Lieutenant
we'll
Dan?
do snap crimes afterwards.
All right.
I'm good with that.
All right.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Byron.
Yeah,
Get the show
Byron.
back on track.
Well, here's the thing. There's days where there's endless stories where the show could go 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it personally because who has a 4-hour commute other than truckers?
Yeah.
For real. Like, it's crazy.
By the way, we had a couple of super chats too. I just want to address before we finish this one. From Michael Hammond, I think. I'm just now starting the show. Do you know of anyone that can help me understand Ibogaine treatment? Any info is appreciated. Good work on the book, Ross. I'm ordering mine now.
Thank you.
Thank you first for the super chat. Second, I answered your question. We're going to do a, what do you call it? We're having somebody from the organization that O'Neill went to do Ibogaine
Rob O'Neill,
through come on the show and describe the whole process. They hit me up recently, so that'll be satisfied. But also Rob talks about it a little bit. And then Craig Agee, $50 bag for the boys. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that, dude.
Anyways.
What are those bags going for? $250 these days?
Well, I'm going to Columbia, so we'll see.
Well, bring some back, all right?
No.
Yeah, just ship it. Just ship it, dude. And see if it goes through customs. Next up, Lieutenant Dan on house arrest. House Republican leadership recently took action to bar one of their own members from international trips, according to a new report. Punchbowl News reported Wednesday that GOP leaders decided to ban Representative Dan Crenshaw, the repube from Texas, from traveling for 3 months due to an alcohol-related episode in Mexico this summer. In details laid out by Punchbowl reporter Andrew Desiderio. Congratulations on that
Desiderio.
name. Whatever, man. The original incident took place while Crenshaw and other Republicans were on official Congress delegation visit to Mexico in August, and Crenshaw was having drinks with a group of Mexican officials. One Mexican official cracked a crude joke that made a woman present uncomfortable. Crenshaw toasted the remarks, followed the August CODL, which is the name of that organization. Crenshaw reportedly met with House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford. Derios, what's his fucking name?
Desiderio?
Fuck that guy, dude.
That's how I assume I don't know the guy.
Just fucking shorten it. Sources told him that meetings got heated and that Crawford apparently wanted Crenshaw kicked off the prestigious committee. Johnson reportedly didn't strip Crenshaw of his seat on the committee, though the Texas Republican was banned from international travel for 90 days. Crenshaw's cartel task force was also disbanded. All right, I mean, I can answer part of this. I was at his party at the inauguration. He drinks, he parties. Laughing at a crude joke. I don't know what the joke was.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the extent of it, because it seems unlikely that all of this came from just that, to be honest.
Probably.
I
Sounds
know
like people raging.
Yeah, he's
in
had
Mexico.
some drinking incidents in the past. I mean, if it was my stance on this guy's been pretty clear on like his vision.
Yeah.
But if the extent of it was some Mexican dude said something chauvinist, which is what a fucking Mexican dude would do, and Crenshaw laughed and cheers them, and he's getting in trouble for it, that's fucking gay.
I agree.
That is so stupid. Now, because the internet and people are who they are, and it's fucking stupid, you know, people are starting to post pictures like, put this up, Bob.
Let's see it.
It's just like Dan DJing in his office and drinking and shit. There's like booze bottles all over the place.
Yeah, I've got videos.
Yeah,
of
it's in his congressional office. So who fucking cares?
None are near him. I mean,
but he's probably lit up. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
People, what do you like? All of a sudden, we're pearl clutching because a fucking Navy SEAL is drinking in his congressional office after probably like a 16-hour day of trying to get some bullshit bill passed.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care about this. There's reasons to not like him.
Right.
This is not one of them. A guy that just likes to fucking party. Now, if he's got an issue with alcohol, he should get that sorted out and just switch to mushrooms or some shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Here's the thing, dude, and again, you guys know we're not fans of his on this fucking show, but I went to that party he DJ'd at, and he had I think one fucking normal pint of beer, just like any fucking person, played a fucking DJ set for an hour and was out of there. I never saw him out of control. I never saw him fucking rocked or anything else. Obviously wasn't on the trip with him in fucking Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like, dude, if you're going on these things,
if
business meetings,
if
and all
he's
this
drunk
other
and a veteran
shit,
laughed at an off-color joke and he's getting in trouble for it, that's fucking gay.
I agree. And this is the same shit that we blame the left of. So do I want the right to do the same shit to the right? No, absolutely not.
Now there, just for fun, I'm gonna look in the comments.
Okay.
Let's see. A pirate was drunk in Mexico. He got blind drunk.
Nailed it.
He's a real pirate now. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Keep an eye on this guy.
He needed to go after his first term. Well, that's actually true. Let's see. Dan and Dan don't see eye to eye. That's not bad. Dan on Dan's vision. Don't drink and drive. I don't know. Well, that's good advice from Beerworth. But if you do wear an eye patch, it'll help. Okay. I don't know. Some decent ones.
There's some decent ones here. Let me see. Let's see if I still have the fucking video. I'm sure I do. What was it? Was it this year? God damn, dude. It seems
January,
like,
yeah.
Of this year.
You're talking about from the
yeah.
thing.
And it's like, dude, no, he's fucking fine.
I mean, he's a fucking SEAL that got shot in the fucking face, so I'm sure he drinks.
I'm sure he does, and I'm
Like,
sure he's got some fucking issues.
Yeah,
but
I don't care.
This one, I don't really fucking care about.
Unless he's like actively being violent towards people, I don't care.
No, bring
about
some
that.
real fucking heat about
here's
this.
him DJing.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Oh, is that my video?
I didn't even check, but yeah.
Thank you, yes. Here it is. No, he had one beer this entire session. There was like fucking 500 people, this goddamn thing. It was packed. Fucking butts to nuts in this. And it was fun. It was hilarious. It was rad. And he was by no means out of control drunk. I would have fucking told you on the goddamn show. All right. Also, there was a shit ton of gay dudes there. It was like a bunch of gay Republican thing. There was a party next door for that.
Yeah.
And he invited everybody over. Look, he's having one fucking beer. That's all he had the entire night.
Yeah,
When I saw him.
if there's like house music being played, gay people are gonna show up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You could have house music playing at fucking Auschwitz and gay people would show up.
It was Gays for Trump.
that
So I got to meet that whole
Is
organization.
that too off color, the Auschwitz thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think you're
They
It
didn't like
plays.
the Germans didn't like gay people, right? The Nazis. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Not fans.
Not fans, yeah. So, but still, if you play house music and have some poppers out, they'd be like, I don't know,
Well,
that's fun.
maybe I could loosen up a little. By loosen up, I mean that
butthole.
beehole, son. And then snap crimes here are up next. New data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture reveals the states where the nation's largest food assistance program is costing taxpayers through fraud and misuse. The size and scope of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, aka SNAP, which supports more than 48 million Americans, came under renewed scrutiny during the government shutdown as funding for the sweeping food assistance program neared a funding lapse. The spotlight on the program, meant to be a lifeline for low-income households, was welcomed by Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, who told Fox News on Monday that the Trump administration will require all SNAP participants to reapply for benefits in an effort to prevent fraud. There's been a shit ton of fraud in SNAP over the years.
I mean,
I
so
don't have
much.
any fucking problem with
There's
this.
40 million Americans on it, and the scale of the program is striking in a lot of ways. I mean, certainly there are people who need help from time to time, and as I said before, that left-right balance is trying to get them help so that they can, pull themselves up and get off the government tit. Mm-hmm. Reestablish them as a productive member of society, not be not just a lifelong but a generational welfare recipient, which we have a lot of in this country. Now, during Biden's administration, federal spending on SNAP climbed to a record high of $128 billion in 2021 and $127 billion in 2022, largely driven by COVID-19 relief bullshit. Last year, SNAP cost $99.8 billion or $100 billion, with participants receiving an average of $187 in monthly benefits. As part of her SNAP benefits review, Rollins said she directed states in February to share data on recipients. So far, only 29 states, mostly Republican-led, have replied. She said even that limited data has already uncovered significant misuse, including 186,000 deceased individuals receiving benefits.
Yeah, dude.
And about 500,000 people collecting SNAP assistance in more than one state.
So what is the problem with Trump wanting everybody to just reapply, review, make sure there's no fraud or waste?
There is no problem, and it's going to happen. Initial data from the USDA's Food and Nutrition, blah, 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 show Alabama leading the nation with more than 26,000 stolen SNAP benefit claims. California follows with 25,818. New York ranks third with 25,210. Nationwide, more than 226,000 fraudulent SNAP benefit claims and more than 691,000 unauthorized transactions have been approved. Fraudulent transactions are categorized as purchases that SNAP recipients did not authorize, often the result of card skimming, cloning, and other forms of electronic theft. So this is not the welfare recipients issue. It's fucking fraud inside the system somewhere. Yeah. What's more, the data shows that fraudulent claims and transactions are actually more likely to be approved than denied, underscoring gaps in oversight. The stolen benefits that they've identified so far are costing the government more than $102 million in the first quarter of 2025 alone, up from $69.4 million in the previous quarter and $31.9 million during the same period a year later. So it makes you wonder, in the same way, and we did a story on this back in the day, still no one's been prosecuted, but the Biden administration at the end, during the lame duck period, sent out like $60 billion in federal funds to all this stuff that wasn't authorized. Yeah. They basically were hiding money in banks all over the place to try to dole out to all these leftist organizations because they knew USAID was getting shut down. This seems like another one. To have a record climb in the first quarter of this year, to go from 31.9 in Q3 last year to 69 million in Q4 and then 102 million in the first quarter of this year, that somebody's ramping it up for some reason, right? Yeah. There is monumental fraud going on underneath this system somewhere that's going to be uncovered at some point, and some people are going to fucking prison.
I hope so. I mean, look.
I mean, it doesn't.
This is what we always say.
There's no way it doubles twice in 3 quarters.
I know.
That it just doesn't happen, right? There's no, we didn't all of a sudden get a bunch of new people. That's not what happened. All the new people came in way before this.
Are they getting benefits?
Illegal immigrants?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting SNAP benefits?
Yeah.
That might be your answer.
No. That would have happened in 21 and 22, not in 24.
Okay.
21, 22, and 23, actually. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's a good chance that there's some kind of fucking similar. The reason I brought up that expenditure thing from the Biden administration was this seems like pretty obvious fraud being ramped up. So I'm very curious to see how it's going to play out. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. If you don't mind, I want to close it out with Congress's dumbest person here. And that's Jasmine Crockett. Jesus Christ.
It's either her or Hank Johnson, right? Hank Johnson, the guy that thought Guam was going to tip over.
Such a good clip.
I know. I might lean towards her now. I mean, this fucking woman. So obviously the Epstein files were signed by Trump last night. They were released. Bob, go to your Twitter here, and we'll play these in order. Now, she thought she had a bunch of Republicans here on the board. So go to the first video. Let's see. Not that one. The first one before it. There you go. So this was her statement here to Congress. We'll play this. And she thought she had the fucking Republicans nailed, dude.
Yeah.
Play it.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all. And just know that the FEC filings, they are available for everybody to review. This is absolutely ridiculous. You just
okay.
folks who...
Thank you. Now, believe it or not, there's actually more than one Jeffrey Epstein in the United States. Turns out there's quite a few, and this was an actual doctor who had treated these people, and his name happened to be Jeffrey Epstein. Did she do any homework into this? Absolutely not. And you know the best thing to do when you don't do your homework is go live on air with CNN. Bob, play the next clip here to close us out today. Jesus Christ, dude. Caitlin Collins had to sit here and listen to this shit last night. Like, I can't believe she just didn't say, just stop. Just stop talking and just leave the studio. Just please stop. Here's her explanation after it was informed to her that Jeffrey Epstein was a different Jeffrey Epstein. This was a doctor who treated these people. Press play.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team.
We can't.
Kaylin.
Take that
So skip it real
Sex
quick.
trafficker.
There you go.
That it was actually a Dr. Jeffrey
play the
Epstein,
audio.
who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that...
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
Well, that's
Because it was
precisely
not
what you
the
did,
same
though.
one,
Yeah.
that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
a registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know.
Then don't
when
talk
you search
about it.
FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do. I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right,
All
but
right,
somebody
turn it
might
off.
say, well,
Turn it
your
off.
team's-
Turn it off. Turn it off.
No.
I can't
No.
listen
Watch
to
all
one
of it,
more
dude.
second of
Watch
that.
all of it.
Jesus.
Over and over and over again.
Christ. That's rough, dude. I mean,
That's worth two of them, yeah.
that's rough.
Three.
That's really bad. It's really bad that conversation just happened. I don't understand.
So, a serious question here to end this, because if I'm Lee Zeldin and the rest of these guys, I sue the fuck out of her. I mean,
She's already corrected it on the record now, so there's no.
she didn't really correct anything.
Well, she said that it was a and not the, so that's they can't sue her for that.
I
But,
think they can actually, because
I mean, you can sue anybody for anything.
well,
but
she
whether
was
or not
on the
it'll work.
Congress floor, and it was about the Jeffrey Epstein
You
files
can't.
that were dropped.
I
and
actually
released.
don't think you can sue a member of Congress for something they do in during their official duties as a Congressperson. So speaking on the floor like that, you couldn't sue her for that.
But what's the official duty other than?
Well, the Congress can censor her.
Okay.
Censure rather her. And there's one Republican congressman that's trying to get a bill passed right now to raise the level from 50% to 60%. To actually censor somebody in the House.
Okay.
For some fucking reason. It's him and some Democrat. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Wow.
Why? No,
that doesn't make any sense.
the House is designed to be rambunctious in a up or down vote.
Jesus Christ, man. Get this woman out of here. Is it Dallas? She's from Dallas, right? Like, how dumb is Dallas?
Dumb enough to have two fucking Sharia courts, I guess.
Yeah, an hour north of them, and then this fucking lady. I mean, this is nuts. All right, now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin Bro of the week. You can go to drinkinbros.com. We will have our own Black Friday sale. When does that start, Dan? Do we know?
I mean, we
I think
should.
it's Monday, right?
Yeah,
I
we
wanna
should.
say Monday next week.
We should probably start it Sunday, Monday, somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm sure Brandon's listening. He watches the show. So.
I know. I've got a call with him after this, but we got all the new hats up there. We did a bunch of for the Military Appreciation Week and all that stuff. The OD Green hats are up there. The sweatshirts, the fucking tumblers are out. These fucking rock, and we got a bunch of stuff. Also, the Black Friday sale will have some of the leftovers from the Drinkin' Bros, the Bro boxes. I would highly suggest you sign up for the Bro Box. It's been on fire. And some of you have been like, oh, shit, I wanted that fucking chair, the umbrella, the other thing, or whatever. We usually over-order by like 10 to 15 of them. So like those will be part of the Black Friday sale as well. The Steins. Everybody hit us up about those Steins during Oktoberfest. Do we have any extra of those?
I think so, and they're going to go up, but you better pay attention.
That'll be very, very quick. Yes, very, very quick. But you can also submit for Drinkin Bro of the Week. It gets emailed to us live on air, and we have the app as well. The app, you can actually listen to all the podcasts too. And we built a wall on there like the old Facebook. So pretty much do whatever you want. Just don't be that big of a fucking asshole. Love the Titty Tuesdays and all the things you're doing with your wives. And there's 30 seconds of video on there, and it's free on iPhones and Androids. So get the Drinkin Bros app, and you can listen to all the episodes directly through the app, too. One press of a button, you're good to go for all of this shit, and it's great. We would also love to see your lovely faces in the studio. If you're here, is Matt Devlin still here, by the way? Yes, sir. Matt, come on up, dude. I personally want to give you Drinkin Bro of the Week. I want to ask you about this story and see if it's true, by the way. And then what did you... You brought us something. You brought us something for Gary. For Jim Morrison, which I love. But grab the microphone real quick. Put that about an inch from your face. So, thank you. Thank you very much, Byron. I appreciate it. Want to give you Drinkin Bro of the Week if this story is true. If it's not, then you got to get the fuck out of here. Okay? Your dream, that you've told me numerous times, was to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And come down to Austin, do it at the biggest clubs in the world, which are in Austin right now.
Yes, sir.
Did you get up and actually do stand-up the other night?
Last night I did Off the Cuff, hosted by Rachel Wolfson at Creek in the Cave.
Really?
It's a riff style. So like
I know exactly what that is.
So that was perfect for me because at the barbershop back home, I still need a haircut. If you guys know a good barber,
Dan does actually.
I had
My
the barbers and my brother in stitches in the shop. I mean, I was saying shit that can never be repeated in a 9 to 5.
So you've you've told us about your issues over the years.
Yeah.
And you're a day one homie of the show.
Yes, sir.
Always support us, and you're one of the best. I did stand up. It's very, very difficult. I can't imagine what it's like for you.
So last night was my 7th. That was different. It was riff style. I've done 6 5-minute of my own material.
Okay.
And the third one was in Salem, Mass. at Speakeasy. And
how did it go?
I was 20th in line. I followed a guy who was all coked up and had clearly been in the business for years.
Okay.
And I was stone cold sober. That was my 3rd open mic. My legs were shaking. And and then there was a heckler and shit sort of hit the fan. Not with me. It was another comedian. I don't want to elaborate any further. But shit got really... grizzly there, you know. So,
yeah. Look, it happens.
It's an 8 mile kind of life, you know.
It happens, man. Yeah. And it's very, very difficult. It's very, very challenging. Well, are you doing it because you love stand-up comedy, or are you doing it to overcome public speaking?
I want to do something hard, something difficult, and it's the first time I bombed was I think my 4th open mic, and it was like really difficult to not give up because part of my problem is I was sort of bailed out of a lot of things and I sort of just gave up growing up. When
a lot of people do that though.
A
lot of people do that.
Between that and the MMA gym back home, the Muay Thai gym, it's brutal. It's like, you know, you get a black eye or your legs are all bruised, and then the next morning you show up to work and at a fucking cashier job at Lowe's, and they're like, "You have a fun night last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, you could say that." Well, like right now I'm running on 3 hours sleep because I was like, I had an adrenaline rush from last night, and then I had a job interview at In-N-Out this morning. So,
okay. Yeah. So are you going to live here and pursue comedy?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Congratulations,
It's
man.
You guys were talking about, is there something you would die for? I don't aspire to die for it, but I would die for comedy.
Okay.
And my country and the First Amendment, all that shit. But like, I truly love the craft. I love like making people laugh, and I can see people like tears running down their face. They're like bent over. It's the best feeling, you know.
It is definitely a high and a rush when you were up there.
Yeah.
And to your point about bombing, my first time up, I bombed miserably. Threw up in the parking lot afterwards, and I didn't go back for 2 months. It took a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
And that feeling
I went back
never
next
leaves
week.
the pit of your stomach, by
I
the
went
way.
back the next week. I'm a psycho. I'm like truly.
It's great. Hey, you have to be if you want to be great. So you got to be a psycho about it. Like,
so I'm actually doing a hot takes, hot dates. Christina Mariani's hosting it. So actually, I was going through it in May, and you told me live on the air not to do stand up. And I shouted her out as Drinkin Bro of the week, and you guys pulled up.
Here's the reason I told you. You know, you know why, right?
Why?
Because if you bomb,
it
lives with a lot of fucking people, man, and it
didn't
can
with me.
It can eat you alive.
I have a problem with cognitive dissonance, and part of it's like the autism, but it's like with me, like I was hanging out with Rachel from like Jackass, and it was just a Tuesday for me, so like or Wednesday.
Yeah,
but like so Christina Mariani is hosting Hot Takes, Hot Dates.
That's awesome.
I have some plans on risen up.
There you go.
Christina Mariani. So yeah.
Give it your best. I know you love her.
She's so freaking cool.
I know. She's your favorite.
Governor Hall actually got me into stand up by
build the wall, Governor.
Yeah. Through by extension by having her headline some Burbs event in Vegas a few years ago, and then Eli was there, and he loved how dark she was for having not served. And so Eli had her on Unsub last November.
She's great.
And she went in with the Sharks, and she came out in one piece. Like, she had Brandon and Eli and third one? Donut. He just never talks.
I know.
But Nick wasn't even on at that point. Nick, the fat electrician, wasn't even hired at that point. And she had those three guys just in tears. She opened up with a joke. She said, when I'm going through a hard time, I like to do something hard, which is why she got into stand-up. And she said, so, like, I take a hike up a high mountain, and, like, usually by the time I get up there and come back down, I don't feel like shit anymore. So she's like, have any of your veteran friends ever thought about when they're thinking about, climbing a mountain, then if they still want to do it, just jump off? And, like, she had Brandon and Donut and Eli in tears within the first 5 minutes, and I was like, this girl's fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. I kind of followed your journey online.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about it.
It's been a fucking crazy year. It's been truly a movie.
I'm sure, man. And it's a very, very difficult profession. Obviously, the pay isn't great. And you have to love it. And you got to be obsessive about it. So
and
good for you, man.
I had a lot to learn even 6 months ago in May when I was here. It's been a fucking hell on earth. And I was going through it in May, and I can understand why you told me not to, because I was a little manic, I was.
It's just, and hecklers and people don't know what you're going through and all that other shit, and they don't care. Like, they're there to get fucked up, and you're somebody else's entertainment and all that other shit.
I mean,
so
up in
I was
Boston,
looking out for you, to be honest.
Up in Boston, shit talking is a combat sport.
It is. And
we go
New York
hard.
is the same. And
I go into the barbershop. We recreate what's it called, Gran Torino every time I walk in there.
Yeah.
My barber's name up in Boston was Saporito. That's all I'll say.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Thanks,
we love
man.
you, dude. Congratulations,
Thank
and
you so
we
much.
wish you the best of luck,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
For
Thank
real.
you.
It's awesome to see. Appreciate you guys tuning in at home. Go to Spotify. Rate this show a 5-star.
Brad's here. Over there.
Brad is here, too. Does Brad want to come up? I don't think Brad can come up. Can he? Oh, is this Brad again? No. How many times have you been here, Brad? Have you been up here?
I take that one back.
What the fuck, Brad? No. God damn it. Brad.
I'm already on camera, Ross.
Jesus Christ, Brad. This is it's kind of like a fun thing where you show up once, and
you fuck off, and that's it.
You're
right?
here every goddamn day. And Matt.
That's an exaggeration.
Matt, you son of a bitch, dude. You called him up. Jesus Christ. I had business meetings and shit, and he goes, oh, you pretend I'm not here. Let me take 2 cases of booze with me. No, dude. No. God damn it, Matt. Did you do this on purpose to me to end that? Like, fucking A. Son of a bitch.
I did bring you guys some food.
You did. But, I mean, this is crazy. Drinkin Bro of the week. Go ahead.
I'd like to give to my cousin Matt. Or not Matt. The other one, Michael.
I can't do
Doesn't even
this.
have the right guy.
This is fucking
Ross, just
insane.
get us out of here.
Nope, we're getting out of here,
It's all
guys.
good.
We're getting out of here. All right, I love you, Matt. I'm proud. And then you fucked me. You pulled my pants down. You fucked me in front of the audience, dude. I got family members that are watching this right now.
Are you gonna blow me later?
No, Matt.
Nobody's
fucked
blowing
me
you. Just
here.
end the show. End the show,
God
Ross.
damn it, dude. AdamandEve.com style. You just fucked me. Son of a bitch. Go to Spotify. Rate the show a 5-star. Videos of if the video's on YouTube, it's here. And then Patreon is always Patreon. Head on over to iTunes after that. Rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review. That is all the advertisers care about. For D'Anthony and Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros Fake News. Good night, everybody.